What is up, guys? Zach Ginn here.
Rick in here.
And in today's video, we're giving you the honest truth about wholesaling real estate regulations. Are you breaking the law? Everything you need to know about wholesaling real estate regulations this year for real estate wholesaling. I don't want to make this video, but we kind of have to. There's been so many comments. And so my mentor told me wholesaling is illegal in X state. Wholesaling is illegal. We got one comment. This really drove me over the edge. Wholesaling is illegal in Florida. Literally the same day I picked up a $35,000 wholesaling real estate check from my title company from an attorney in the state of Florida. Somebody commented, wholesaling is against the law in the state of Florida. The amount of disinformation in wholesaling real estate is unbelievable. These gurus are just telling you false stuff, trying to sell you stuff. We're here to break it down. And we're ready to break everything down about wholesaling real estate regulations. Number one, are you going to jail for wholesaling real estate?
No, you're not. Guys, listen, I've been doing the business 20 years. Honestly, other than the last, maybe this year, I haven't even looked up any laws. I've spent no attention to it. The problem is if you want to divert all your attention to a 1 to 2% probability, then don't get in a car because you could get in an accident. I just, fear sells. And yes, there is stuff that's being passed, but for the most part, you are clear and free.
What we're going to do today is, FYI for everyone watching this, we're going to break down every single wholesaling law or regulation on the books. We're not going to say, oh, Zach says this. We're going to show you what the law reads so you can actually make the decision yourself. It's not the, oh, I'm the real estate wholesaling, I'm the influencer, I'm the king of wholesaling. I'm going to tell you what the law says. No, I'm going to show you, and then you make your own decision.
And we're not going to interpret it. We're just going to tell you. And the problem is, you guys are, it's whenever you start any type of sentence says, I heard, they say, I think, it honestly, it discredits your statement. As I've said, remember, federally, it's 100% legal to flip, wholesale, do whatever you want to do. So it's regulated per state. So know your state laws, get to know them very well. I know Florida. I know the Southeast. I'm telling you, we have zero problems here. So I don't spend any time, and I find ways to connect with motivated sellers. So if you're in one of those states where a red flag's been raised, then just get to know it and find out if you work around it. Your worst case scenario, guys, is you get the freaking license and you move on with your life.
We're going to break it all down today. And honestly, we get a lot of flack from it, but we are, I'm pretty sure, the only real estate wholesaling YouTube channel that is not licensed. I can tell you straight up, I'm not licensed.
And
you've been wholesaling
20 years.
20 years, no licensing.
No license, guys.
Here's the thing. We're going to tell you the truth. And here's the coolest part about this. You're going to hear information from people that aren't licensed. Every single YouTuber you talk to about wholesaling, they're all licensed. And that's the craziest part. So you're literally getting your information. It's like you talk to, here's an example. And I will give everyone props to this that has done it because they love it. But have you ever talked to a CrossFitter? Or no, let's do a vegan, for example.
Okay.
Let's say you're learning about health, and the top 5 or the top 5 YouTubers about health, 4 of them are vegan. What are you going to do when you only listen to vegans about health? What are they going to tell you? Go vegan, right? Vegan's the only way. Vegan, it's because they want you to be like them.
I tried it. It's hard.
So yeah. And as someone who's been I'm not a vegan now, but I was a vegan for over a year. And I'm just using that example, but this is the same thing for wholesaling. You are getting taught by people who do wholesaling that are licensed realtors. And guess what they're going to tell you? You should be a licensed realtor too. You know what? Join my brokerage. Yeah. It's so insane, guys. So what I'm telling you right now is we're giving you the truth. We are unlicensed. And people are getting their real estate assignment deals taken away from the real estate boards. We are on record the only people that ever talk about that because we're not gurus. We're not licensed. We're trying to help you out.
Guys, there's a flip side to getting licensed. You have a new set of liability. Obviously, you have the cost of it, and you have to invest a ton of time taking classes that have no relevance to your business.
And you're going to do a $50,000 assignment deal, and it's going to get stolen from you from the real estate board. But not because it was illegal, just because they don't feel like it. So
somebody can object to it. So listen, if you guys are, if you're one of those people out there and you want to be a realtor and a wholesaler, do it. I don't care. I'm not here to change your mind. But if you're just getting into wholesaling, or you're a current wholesaler without your license and someone's pushing you from the outside to get your license, unless you're stuck in a state that we'll talk about, I don't understand why you would do it, because you create a whole new set of problems. You think you're getting around one and you're diving into another. Let's get these people fired up.
Let's get it, guys. So do me a favor. Before we get into it, guys, do me a big favor. Smash that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Comment below your questions. We're here to help. Guys, we got our coaching calls today. We're going to talk to you guys one-on-one. But first of all, we're going to break down these wholesaling laws. These gurus are killing me. So without further ado, let's get it going, guys. Get up. Woo!
Get the fuck out of bed, bitch. Go. Get up, and they got go on. Time to wake up, bitch. Get up. Get up. Get up.
I love it. It always excites me every time I get that song.
I love it.
First thing, everyone's going to ask, where's part 3 of the virtual wholesaling one? Part 3 will be tomorrow with Rick talking about selling that virtual deal, cash buyers, title companies, the whole entire thing. It's going to be a fun one. So if everyone's looking for part 3 for virtual wholesaling series we're doing, that is going to be tomorrow. Right now we're talking about regulations, wholesaling real estate regulations, the laws. Number 1, are you breaking the law?
Am I?
I don't think so. For wholesaling real estate, So what we're going to do is break down it all today. So
my favorite is like, you're making so much money, you've got to be breaking the law. You know what? I'm breaking the laws of not being average and being sucky. That's the only law we're breaking.
It's 100% true. So let's break it down. So let's talk about the current state of wholesaling real estate regulation. All right, let's break it down. So number 1, there's more fear and misinformation about wholesaling real estate than there ever has been before.
And why do you think that is?
We'll break it down. Here's the honest truth. There's more fear about wholesaling real estate. Just so it is insane. It is weird how
but someone's going to protect us from these monsters. There's
know.
got to be some sort of savior out there. Please come help us. We can't protect ourselves. Guys, I can get to know your laws. Do not let a group, a person, a guru, or even me tell you how it's done. You have to be accountable. This is how life works.
Showing the laws.
It's simple. Go ahead. Sorry.
So let's break it down. So what I can tell you is there's so many coaches and YouTubers that are calling for it's the end of wholesaling, and these bans are going to end everything. We're like the end of wholesaling's here. The world's ending. And
what qualifies being a coach anymore?
It's crazy. That's what I call it. They're calling for the end of wholesaling. It's hilarious.
Maybe they should regulate people that charge money for these fees, and then we could fix the problem.
Yeah. So here's the truth. We got to ask ourselves a question. So why are they trying to scare you? Why are they putting these fear? They do it for a reason. Number 1, money. Come on. Hey, you're scared. You're uncertain about the future. This is my favorite, right? My favorite quote. Let me hold your hand and show you what to do.
Let me protect you. I have something that's going to fix it. Listen, the reality is, guys, if you haven't learned from our media, fear sells. Fear keeps your attention. I don't even like, I'm going to be brutally, I don't like doing these types of videos because the reason we're putting out, it's so one-sided. So if you ever go to those third-party news outlets, how they cook all their consumers, it's just fear, 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 fear. Let me update you on the latest fear technique so you have everything. And if you guys have learned, it's not going to better your life. It's not going to make you a better wholesaler. Understand the law and take a course of action. But I'm just telling you, if you think some third party is going to bail you out, you have to do it yourself.
And here's the thing: this video probably not going to do too well because I'm not adding fear. I'm actually relieving fear today.
Get rid of fear, guys.
Maybe talk about it's all for money. It is all to give you a problem and sell you the solution.
The minute you talk about like regulated gurus, it's like a quiet crowd real quick.
No. So number 2 here is views.
Okay.
They do it for views. Makes sense. A lot of these channels are dying. I mean,
they're out of content.
They are so fake. It's disgusting.
There's no content.
It's so bad. So
we're doing MLS courses now. Well, maybe that would fit along with getting their licenses.
Well, the cool part is we do have an MLS wholesaling course out there.
It doesn't require you to getting a license, though.
So we'll put the link on there. We do have an MLS wholesaling course, but I don't know about that. So number 3 here
today.
For you. Wait, what?
I'm a little too fired up today.
Oh yeah. Number 3 here is for you to become licensed like them. That's number 1. No. For you, like they want you to be licensed just like them. It's kind of like talking to a vegan. Love my vegan people watching, but like as you talk to like 4 or 5 vegans, they're all going to tell you to be like them.
It's like the sheep. Let's push them in to get them slaughtered. But remember, we got in this so we can be individuals. We can have freedom and do whatever we want. But quickly, if you're a new wholesaler, I'm going to herd you in.
That's what it's like. It's just ever talk to someone who does CrossFit, they're going to tell you go do CrossFit. Like it's hilarious.
I do like
Even
CrossFit.
People,
it's a young man's sport.
I'll say this for the vegan people too. Have you ever talked to people that do carnivore diets? They're like, you got to do a carnivore diet. Like the people that do keto, you got to do keto. Like it's whatever like thing you do and you think everyone should do it. That is always the problem. So you want to be licensed like them, preferably in their real estate brokerage so they can make a commission off of you. You've been seeing a lot of new like podcast type people saying, join my real estate brokerage. There's a reason. And they want a percentage. They want a percentage of your wholesale assignment fees. Now, they see an opportunity to exploit you. And we've talked about this about our favorite people in the world, NAR. They, to a point, I get where they're coming. Like, I actually understand where NAR is coming from when they try to regulate wholesaling. They feel like real estate should go through them. And hey, if I was in charge of NAR, I would say that, right? You want to make a monopoly. I get it. They already got antitrust. We're not going to talk about them too much so we don't get sued from them. But we're not lawyers, realtors, financial advisors. We are just giving our stated opinion.
I will never, ever be part of NAR because once you join the organization that you're supposed to be fighting against, I can never tell which side you're on, right? So if I provide you an alternative to have a broker-friendly agency and I'm part of NAR and I'm telling you I'm going to protect you against all these wholesaling laws, then honestly, you just joined the cause you were fighting against. So
exactly. So we got nothing against NAR.
It's a principle for
I
me.
do think NAR is needed to a point for regular real estate, 98% of transactions. So nothing bad about them to a point, but they're trying to get into wholesaling because they just want the money. I get it.
I don't like NAR. NAR is trying to monopolize the market. They've tried to do it forever, and they want everything to go through a realtor. Guys, 95% of all transactions go through some sort of broker or agent. I get it. We're not looking for that business. And you getting licensed isn't going to fix it.
I agree. But I mean, NAR is needed to a point, but not to the extent that they're at. But hey, we're not saying anything bad about them to a point. We just get where they're coming from with the assignments. Now, these gurus right here, they sell you a solution. They're trying to sell you a solution by creating the problem. And that's the honest truth. Like they're creating that problem, that fear, and they try to sell you the solution. Have you seen that? Wholesaling on the MLS is so much better because wholesaling regular is tough. They try to put in your head that wholesaling is hard and bad. And they try to show you that it's crazy, but that's the truth. So let's talk about the truth about these wholesaling laws, these wholesaling quote unquote bans. Corey says it best, gurus flip students, not contracts. They exploit the emotions of a student for a profit. It's as simple as that. It is. I can't say even better. They flip students.
Let's hop on a call. What? Dude, guys, this is, if you hear the words, let's hop on a call, do me a favor and run. It makes no sense. Everybody knows what you're doing. I got to try to talk you into it. Just tell me what the price is, the services you offer, and I will make an educated decision if I want to go with you. Tony Robbins does it up to 100,000, actually up to $1 million programs. I don't have to hop on a call with Tony Robbins. Why do I need to hop on a call with you? And by the way, if you hop on a call with them, make sure you have a list of questions for them, right?
To a point. Okay, so
Hop on a
I'll talk
call.
about this a little later, but I'm against the real estate wholesaling gurus. I'm not against other type of gurus guys out there. So like Tony Robbins has events. I'm not upset about that. Like he's doing regular stuff. I get it.
I like Tony.
Real estate wholesaling though should be free. Like
It's basic, guys. It's really
Yeah.
simple. Honestly, it gets you started in real estate investing. I always say it's like learning your ABCs.
even creative finance, like it should be all free. But so I'm not against any.
That's our opinion, and
Yeah,
you
I'm not-
can take it or leave it, but that's how we feel. Guys, I have paid for just about every type of coaching out there. I'm going to be honest with you. There is a lot of shaky stuff out there.
Exactly. So I'm not against every person selling knowledge, but I truthfully in my soul don't believe you should be real estate knowledge should be free. So we love Tony. I nothing against what he does, but let's break down the truth about wholesaling laws and bans.
And guys, before you get into it, if you're feeling pressure from an outside party and you don't want to do it and they're trying to sell you on it, take note. Why is this person telling me I have to get licensed? Why? And it's almost like an MLM, like cult type of deal. I don't get it. So if he has a license, it makes him feel better if I get licensed because he had to go through all the work to get it and pay for it. So
Exactly. So let's break down right here the truth about wholesaling laws and bans. So number one, you can wholesale in all 50 states. I'm going to say that one more time. This is going to be counteracted to everything you ever heard about, but you can wholesale real estate in all 50 states in the United States of America. That is my statement. You can take it out of context. I'll defend it till forever, as long as nothing changes with regulations. But as of today, you can wholesale in all 50 states. Let's kind of explain this a little further, though. This needs context. Right now, there is no law against doing a real estate deal unlicensed in any state. I'm going to say that one more time before my keyboard guru warriors come in. We love them. But it is legal to wholesale real estate while you're unlicensed in all states. I'll say this one more time. Now, to a point with that, there is exceptions to a point. Every state outside of Illinois now, I'm going to go outside of Illinois, you can wholesale real estate an unlimited amount of times unlicensed outside the state of Illinois.
that's it, guys. The show's over.
Show's
Thank you.
over. So I want everyone to just think about that for a second. Every state outside of Illinois, which we'll break down that law basically states you need a license after doing one real estate wholesaling deal. We'll get into that nitty gritty of it. There is loopholes. We're not going to break those loopholes down to a point because
Now, are we clear to wholesale in Puerto Rico?
I don't know. Okay. So
I didn't know.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
I have to find someone to help us out with that.
Okay. So in all 50 states, you can go out here.
Question.
I don't know.
Okay.
I really don't know. I'm only doing the United States of America.
Got it.
So every state outside of Illinois, it is fine to wholesale real estate in unlimited amount of times. Does that make sense to you? Did I stutter? Did I say anything wrong when I said that?
I'm clear.
Every state outside of Illinois, you can wholesale an unlimited amount of times. So let's talk about that for a second, okay? Now, let's break down the states that have specific quote unquote laws about wholesaling. Okay?
Are they laws or rules?
They're laws.
Okay.
They got signed by the governor. So we'll talk about number one, Illinois. To a point, we can read off the law if you want, but like basically every which way around it. To a point, if you even sign contracts, which is kind of crazy, if you sign contracts for a business sense in Illinois, outside of doing one per year, you are technically need a license. Now, this means if you're unlicensed and you buy 2 sub shops for your Subway franchise, you need to have a real estate brokerage or you're going to jail. Now, that seems crazy. This law has never been really enforced in the state of Illinois because it's so ridiculous. So if I decide I want to buy 2 storage units, I technically can't do that myself. I'm going to need a realtor. So if I own a Chuck E. Cheese franchise and I want to buy 2 Chuck E. Cheeses, I can't do that. Legally, you're not allowed to do that according to this Illinois law.
I like Chuck E. Cheese.
And here's the thing. I'm going to be straight up with everyone right now watching. People are doing that. They just don't know the law. People who are quote unquote breaking the law, they're actually going out here, Dad, and they're buying more than 2 pieces of real estate for a business sense, and they should be going to jail.
Throw them in jail.
Right? Like, so
they have broken the law.
That's how crazy that law is.
It's so ridiculous.
But here's the thing about it. It's not being enforced because it's so ridiculous, but that's technically the law. And so buying 2 pieces of real estate is the same thing as wholesaling. It's just the process of entering into a contract that is not licensed. So I'm not going to, our lawyers make it very clear. I'm not going to get in trouble for this. So I'm not going to break it down to a point because Illinois is so weird. I know we're going to get in trouble with lawyers for saying this, but I know people that wholesale real estate without a license in Illinois and make a ton of money doing it. And they don't care. It's not being enforced. And like, you would have to be going after the old lady that just started her spa business, and she bought 2 hair salons for herself for a business.
Yeah,
she'd be going to jail technically. The cool and funniest part about that is even if and also your family, you can't do it for a family member. So if you and I owned a salon business, it's I'm telling you, that's how the law reads. We can break it down, but it basically states, I didn't really pop it up because it's so long, but it's insane. So that is what that law reads there. I didn't want to break it down too much, but that's the honest truth there. So let's break down the next law here. So number 2 here is no public marketing. So this is Oklahoma and Nebraska. We're going to break those laws because that is the honest truth. Number 1, there's no public marketing to cash buyers. That's basically what the law basically states. No posting on Zillow, Facebook, Craigslist. Call your buyers only. And what I can tell you right now is we have never told somebody to go post a deal online on Craigslist.
No, if you do it our technique, you're fine.
We've never taught it. So this law, if I was virtual wholesaling in Illinois, not Oklahoma, Nebraska, which we've done before, nothing changes.
Such an easy fix.
No, it's such an easy fix, and it's insane. So I'm just telling you right now, there's one state that is trying to stop you for wholesaling. Now, that being said, since one state did this, do you think that means the whole world's done?
Whole world's done.
Wholesaling is done.
We're losing control of real estate, guys.
We're losing control.
Pack it up.
We're losing control because one state said you can't wholesale more than one deal. And they're not even going after wholesaling. They're going after anybody that does more than one real estate contract by themselves. It's technically to the point, if you buy a second home, it's insane. So the way that law reads is so insane. We have videos on it, but like, it's crazy. So let's kind of talk about the cities. Some cities have laws. They're kind of crazy, but let's talk about Atlanta. This isn't a wholesaling law per se, but this is what the city council of Atlanta did.
Kind of like a loophole law, right?
It's basically a commercial harassment law.
Read it. Go ahead.
So basically it reads, repeated and unsolicited attempts within a 180-day period to contact a person or entity, including via personal visits or written material or similar means under circumstances when the person or entity has affirmatively requested the defendant or defendant's agent to refrain from such activity. What does this mean? Personal visits or written material or similar means. I can only look at this as postcards. They're saying this has to do with cold calling too. That's what the city of Atlanta has, I would say if someone affirmatively requests, someone has to say, take me off your list. And in Atlanta, we'll probably take them off the list.
The only thing extra, I would just take them off your list because they're never going to sell you the house anyways. And it'll save you some bucks when you go back to redo your list. That's the adjustment I would make. It's not illegal to ever mail someone a postcard as long as you pay the USPS, because if that was the case, Domino's, oh my God, Bed Bath & Beyond, we'd have such a class action suit. So
it's crazy, but I mean, that's kind of how the law reads.
I would just note it when they go, listen, I don't want to hear from you guys again. Take them out of your database somehow.
That's the way I look at it, or just put them on a spot. They're not going to be an insane amount.
It's fixed.
So that's it. So let's talk about Philadelphia. This is a cute one because this is when everyone freaked out. And then I'm not calling myself a genius, But like you and I looked into it. Like someone said Philadelphia bans wholesaling, and I looked at it. I want you to read the law and tell me your interpretation of this because it's the funniest thing in the world.
See, I don't get into the
It's
weeds
a-
on this, so
It's a special $200 license for wholesaling intent. And so let me read out the law to you. This is what from the Philadelphia website of the special wholesaling license type thing. And basically what it says is you need let me go pop it up here. It says basically you need a residential property wholesaler license if your business is to buy residential property solely for resale to get owners to sell their residential properties so that you or someone can buy and resell them. This includes multifamily and mixed-use buildings. More or less, this is a license if you're going to buy and resell and basically for getting the owners to sell their residential property and resell them. Reselling the contract, the equitable interest. They don't really talk about it on this because they don't know what they're talking about. But you do not need a license if you're, number one, a public official or employee acting in official duties, a PA licensed attorney or real estate agent or realtor acting within the scope of your license, or the best one, a buyer who intends to rent the property, which is my favorite, or an investor who buys the property and makes improvement to increase resale value. So
those last two right there give you so much wiggle room. I wouldn't even worry about this because let me ask you, do you agree every property we enter into a contract is to increase the resale value one way or the other?
Yeah.
Via assignment. If you just do a wholesale, a quick fix and flip, 98% of the properties that we contract would fill that last requirement. And I don't even do business in Philadelphia.
This is the funniest one. It's like, what's your intent?
My intent.
It's so funny because it's like going in a car. It is against the law to go in your car without if you intend to do something. So for example, if someone tells you there's a law against intentionally ruining the environment and I'm in a car, I'm intending to go to the store. I'm not intending to destroy the environment driving in my gas powered car. It's what your intent is. It's just funny the way they do it. But like, so if you get caught wholesaling, say, well, I'm actually looking to buy the house, but this house needs a little more work than I thought, so I'm just giving it to my partner. But you literally say that about it all. Now, I'm not telling you what to do. I always tell everyone, talk to an attorney before you do anything. Before you tie your shoes, our lawyer makes us say, make sure you contact an attorney for legal advice. So I always tell everyone, quote unquote, do that. Did I do it? No, but do whatever you want. It's so crazy, but like, does this change anything?
I got to be honest with you. So all you have to do on here to get her, if you technically want to get around all this, you want to do it, you pay a $200 license
per year.
Am I taking a course or anything?
It's basically a background
guys,
check. Well, it's basically a background check. So if you are a felon, or I'm not saying anything bad about having a felony record, but some people have felony records when they're 18, 19, and they're like 64, right? Like, hey, they're changed men, or woman. And maybe they don't want you to get the license if you had a victimless crime when you're 19, 20 years old. If you intend to rent the property out and you decide to give it to a cash buyer, I don't see any fault in that. Every attorney you're going to talk to is going to give you the safe bet. But
listen, if they took this approach for wholesaling across
it's a joke,
all the United States, honestly, I wouldn't even care because my problem is I don't want to take courses designed for a realtor. It has nothing to do with wholesaling. And then I'm regulated by like-minded real estate agents, which go counterintuitive to what we do in wholesaling. We make fast money. We solve problems that realtors can't. So me trying to be forced that agenda and pay all those fees, honestly, if you just say, listen, $200, you take no course, we won't bother you, we would all do it. I just don't want to be put under
it's
a
not
program.
A course. It's just they want their money. It's like
it is a course you have to do all the time. It's ridiculous.
Well, I'm talking about this $200 license.
Is it a course too?
No, it's a license. They just want their money, Dad. Like that's how it's like a fishing license.
Listen, I got a fishing license. I'm not a big fan of it.
No, you just paid the money.
No, but but the fishing license started with an okay intention, but now I got to get a stamp for a snook. I got to get one for a redfish. I got to get one for a migratory tuna species.
Go talk about your fishing.
I got to give a lawyer on the boat. It's like, guys, I agreed to pay a $20 license, and now the license is like $46 with all of it.
It's crazy. But what I can tell you guys is,
but you know what we do in fishing? if you're about to
I'm
be
on the
pulled
boat with
over,
you.
you can pick up your phone, you can click a button and buy a license
know,
while the
it's
officer's
crazy.
right there. Maybe we can do that with wholesaling fees.
And here's the thing. So Plug Me says, is it needed? I'm not going to say needed. I'm not bragging, but like we own plenty of rental properties, and sometimes rental, like we have a good deal. We're just going to buy it and rent it out. So I can technically intend to buy it all for a rental, right? And I just sell it to someone. So it's like a get out of jail free clause. Like it's for the inspection period. I go to the house. I'm like, you know what? This needs painting. This is too much for me. I was going to rent this out, but I don't want to pay $1,000 for painting. I gave it to my cash buyer. It's all about intent, guys. Like it's crazy. It's like
$200 is not a lot of money. If I was doing Philly virtual and I was testing it out, I probably wouldn't, guys. That's me. I'm not telling you have to do it with me. If I lived in Philly and I live in the community and you got to deal with like all these people, it might be worth just the cost of it. $200 is nothing, guys. That's a decent dinner.
I think it's funny though.
I don't agree with it at all. I don't agree with it. But like sometimes when you're running a business, you go, okay, what's the least amount of resistance to get me to the profit?
I
and
agree.
if I could get through this and I don't have to invest any more time and money, who cares?
It's true. So let's kind of talk about Oklahoma and Nebraska's laws really quick. To a point, just there's no post. You can't post your deals on there. And I'm getting in a lot of trouble for this too, but you just have to privately market your deal. So let's break down the law. Let's read Oklahoma law. Okay. Oklahoma law. This is what passed. Ready? Let me just read this out to you. Okay. So basically it states here, however, it shall be prohibited for any person, partnership, trust, association, or corporation, or the partners, officers, or trusts associated with the corporation to publicly, or trustees, beneficiaries, to publicly, do you see how now the law isn't highlighted, but this is the one word that changes everything. Now, if the law said corporation to publicly market for sale an equitable interest in a contract for the purchase of a real estate between property owner, property purchaser. Now, a wholesaling ban would say, ready? Trust association or corporation to market for sale an equitable interest. If they just said that, we're done, right? Mm-hmm. But here's the thing. It says to publicly. And that's the big thing. Like, what's your interpretation of this? Because you just can't publicly market.
What if I have a private Instagram group or Facebook page and I share
that's
it with
the
that?
thing.
Is that public or private?
No, but here's what they're doing. And I know why they're doing this law. And I will support this law to a point, and I'm going to get a lot of heat for this, but I'll tell you why. Let's read Nebraska's one. This is literally just straight up from the law. It's like word for word. Real estate salesperson, including so for purposes and acting real estate broker, it kind of regulates brokers, but a broker is somebody or a salesperson that publicly markets for sale an equitable interest for the purchase of real estate. Same thing. What it's basically saying is, and this is honestly what I actually believe this, and I think you believe this too. If I go and I'm unlicensed, right? Real estate people probably should get a licensed realtors. I get it, right? I get it. Real estate investors, no, right? It's a free market. But agents, I get it to a point, right? Here's the thing. So I put a property under contract for you. You live at 123 Main Street, right?
Yeah.
We write up a contract for $100K. I'm going to buy it, right? I'm a wholesaler. Mm-hmm. Now I post it on Zillow and say, I'm selling this house. First of all, I'm breaking the law. Do I own that house? No, I have it under contract, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going on Facebook and saying, I'm selling 123 Main Street. This is my house. That's bad. You don't own the house. A wholesaler, we sell the contract. We flip paper. We do not own the real estate. So I get why these laws are actually put in place. You're literally acting like a realtor, and you're not a realtor. So I get why those laws are out there. They actually make sense. Now, if you go out here and actually sell the contract, you're fine. But going on Zillow, Craigslist, and putting the property up for sale like you own it, now you're brokering.
Yeah, you just got to be smart about it.
But that's why they're making the law. Now, they didn't make licensing. They didn't make assigning the contract illegal, just marketing it publicly. And it makes sense. I get it. You know, it's not, I don't agree with it. But I get where they're coming from. It's not like,
honestly, guys, a lot of I don't agree with any of this stuff being passed.
It's nitpicking.
But honestly, we could go through all areas of our lives. This is there's crazy stuff going on. You just got to educate yourself on your laws and figure what you can tolerate and what you can't. And understanding when you get a license, you create a whole new set of issues for you. And I don't think it's beneficial because I know the flip side. I just saw a post. I'm going to keep it anonymous. Of a wholesaler that is licensed, does a lot of business in their state, and they've been reported, ready for this, they've been off for 2 months working on another project, and they've been reported 3 times while they're not even actively wholesaling. Guess who's turning them in? Other realtors. They're ticked off. Like, how dare you try to do it? And the funny part is it's not even illegal in this state, but he has a license. And so now he has to attend a hearing and they're going to pass judgment on him. And he says he's already been to 2 hearings. They've scheduled 3 more. Like, it looks like he's going to lose his coveted real estate license. Remember, this was to prevent the problem. And he has openly admitted it's actually created more problems for him. So I'm just letting you know. When someone wants to tell on me in real estate investing, especially wholesaling, the only person you can ever report it to me is my mother. And that's the only person I ever care about that's going to have a say in my life. Past that, I don't care.
That's the thing. So everyone talks how good it is to be licensed until they actually go out here and the real estate board says, the realtors say, it's not fair you're making this money. I don't like it.
That's the number one complaint you get wholesaling.
I don't do it, so I don't like it.
Yeah, he made 50 grand. I got a $2,000 commission. He's got to be doing something illegal.
This is like,
I'm reporting you.
This is like me going and seeing LeBron James and Luka Doncic. You're watching him last night. He's good. It's like me playing basketball with him. Say, you know what? This isn't fair. You know what? I'm making a new rule. You can't be over 6'1". You can't be over 6'3" and play basketball. You know what? I like that law, right? But like, it's not fair.
And guys, in my 20 years, I've been reported publicly that I know probably 10 or 15 times.
Oh, I'm at like 5.
And they couldn't do it through like the real estate commission. So they
Better Business Bureau.
No, the Better Business Bureau is a corporation.
Oh yeah, they go after me.
No, I've had the state of Florida look into what I do. I had Fannie Mae look into it, and everything I did show me a law I broke. The only law I broke is because I don't follow realtors' traditional path to collect the money. I do it a different way, and I do it to help people out. I'm solving problems realtors couldn't. I bought a house realtors couldn't solve for 5 years.
Oh,
and I solved it. And guess who got paid in the end? The realtors all got paid because of my entrepreneurship, and I put it all together. I'm here to tell you guys that I have people that, like, I've had title companies get upset with me. Like, he's making too much money. He's got to be doing something illegal. They report me. I get a call from the state. I go down to an office. I go over. They go, listen, what he's doing is legal, but we don't understand what he's doing. I don't expect you to understand how wholesaling is. I'm committed to this business, and I love it. But you take the average person off the street, pull them right now, and just say, hey, listen, what do you know about wholesaling real estate? And they're just going to give you a blank look. That's how it is. Ask me something about model cars. I'm clueless.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Everyone tells you the pros of getting a real estate license. No one will ever tell that example right now. Yes. No one will tell the example of people getting the real estate assignments stolen from the realtors, and they legally can because you're a quote unquote realtor. Nobody talks about this. Why is this again? Let's break this down. Because we're not realtors, so we'll tell you the truth.
Yeah.
Do you think a realtor is going to tell you the problems of being licensed? They never will. Guys, they never will, because guess what happens? The real estate board can go after them. So you're literally talking to people that are too scared to even talk about the people they're being governed by, and it's scary. And here's the thing. You go talk to them about this, you won't even hear a thing about it. They're too scared to talk about it. And we're not here to sell you a course or everything. We'll tell you the cons of not being licensed. Obviously, I can't go to a deal and list it, right? But there's ways around it.
So let's flip on the other side. Say you just say, okay, I have to get my license, right? You have 2 major issues. Number one, what agency is going to work with you? Like, are you going to provide real estate commissions?
The one the Guru owns.
If they do that,
they want a percentage of your assignment
they're gonna charge you desk fees, and you're gonna get a website fee. You're gonna pay your $2,000 to $4,000 in MLS fees. Oh, and by the way, You got to pay E&O, which is errors and omissions, because if you do something wrong, the broker's responsible. It's just like how your parents were when you were 16. And what broker wants to take the liability of someone who's not doing it? Now, if I'm a broker and I know you're an investor and I know I'm at risk of being sued, guess if I take you on, guess how I'm going to compensate it?
What?
I'm going to charge you more. I'm going to add the risk and put it out of your pocket. The second one is assignments. Does the broker get paid off assignments? Is it actually a commission?
Some brokers want a percentage off of it, and it's insane.
It's legally not a commission. From what I understand, I know they're going to try to like ride around it, but like, do you guys want to share? Say you're at a $5,000 assignment fee and you just got started out. Do you want to give 20% of that to a broker?
No,
it's
do they do the
insane.
marketing? Like, here's the other thing. Like, we'll bring it, but what I can tell you right now is you already hear what we got to say about wholesaling the industry. It's fine. Like, we're fine. I get questions. I'm getting these on the comments, about association. So I'm not going to talk about a wholesaling union. I'm not talking about association. Y'all already know my opinions on this. You've heard me say it before. I am not getting another spat about this. Okay. Y'all already know my opinion on it. No licensing, nothing. Be a free human being. We live in the freest country in the entire world, the greatest country in the entire world. Talk to anyone who's immigrated here. It's the greatest country on earth. And we love our freedoms here in the United States. And this is what I'm saying. I'm not having a boss. We work too hard in this business not to have a boss say, you know what, Rick, I don't like what you're doing. Don't do it anymore. Bad. That's what a real estate board does. And that's why that guy or gal you mentioned has to go in front of a board and they say, what do you like? Is that good or bad? This is completely different.
And he got his license 1 year ago on a recommendation from a very influential person. And he's openly admitted, like, this was a mistake. It's causing me a lot of problems.
And this is completely different than if you break a law and a judge has to judge you based on breaking the law. No,
it's on
we
opinion.
Follow. That's on opinion. That's why my favorite is like when you do something as a kid and then you say your mom, well, like, I didn't do anything bad. It's like, why do I have to do this, Mom?
Yeah.
Because I say so. The cool part is we just follow the laws. And wholesaling real estate, I've always said this before. There's already laws with wholesaling. First of all, we have laws in the United States, and every state has one, against fraud, financial elder abuse.
Correct.
Fraudulently
that never goes
contracts.
away.
That's just part of the
It doesn't disappear in wholesaling. You're just as accountable. You got to be a person. The reality is
it's hilarious.
When you have a board that makes a decision on their opinion, the problem is when you come licensed with NAR, you signed a code of ethics with realtors. I'm here to tell you a lot of that stuff will conflict with what you want to do as an entrepreneur, as a wholesaler. So if they say, well, Rick, you bought that property, shouldn't you have done the best for your client to put it on the market and get the highest price possible? No, the property's beat up. She doesn't want anyone parading through the house, his or her, and they just want to move on their life. But Rick, honestly, you should have put it on the market and showed her the best light possible. That's what the board can say to you. Say you made 50 grand off it and they go, you did not follow your code of ethics. And for that part, you have broken it and we are going to penalize you for it. This is where the conflict comes. So guys, we help people that basically most likely do not want to work with realtor. I always tell people, do you go ahead and list the home? I just get it out.
How many deals have we done? And we've asked the seller, just list it. And then
just list it.
You can't force someone to go with a realtor. So that is the part of the regulation. I want to break this down too. I'm going to say a quote that I heard from someone. And this is a funny part. Like this is a quote. Don't take anything on context, but
John Bon Jovi or
John Bon Jovi. Sure.
It's My Life.
This is what John Bon Jovi said. They talked about this, one of these publicly marketing for sale bans, right? And they said, quote, this is quote, ready? This makes wholesaling illegal without a license in this state. So this is what Coach said. Let's read the law and see what the coach says. This makes wholesaling illegal without a license. People take that and then they just say their thing. What the law says.
Okay.
You cannot publicly market for sale. Is that the same? That's completely different things, right? But what line do you think is more sexy? Which one gets the most views? Which one can sell you something? I'm just going after quotes. This is what the people will say in the comments. Ready? I heard it's illegal. My guru said, let's read the law. I was told. Guess what? That's what the law says. So I don't care what your buddy said. I care about what the law says. You can read the law. If you're watching this, you are definitely intelligent enough to go read what that line says and then interpret it for yourself. It is insane. You can't publicly market for sale. There's not been one law review saying what does publicly mean. It's literally hilarious, but that is the truth. So it's insane. Okay. Like there's laws just governing like people in general. Like obviously it is illegal to drink and drive. Don't you agree?
Yes.
So I can't drink and drive while wholesaling. Do you think I need to go be in a special real estate board to tell me that I can't drink and drive while I'm doing business? No, there's already laws against that. Is it against the law if I'm driving to a deal and I go rob a convenience store? There's already a law against that. I don't need to be in a special licensing division to go make sure I'm doing it right. Right? There's already laws for this stuff, guys. It's insane. So let's bring it from the top. The Oklahoma, Nebraska laws make sense. Okay. Don't act like a real estate broker. You need to act like a wholesaler. We have never, ever, ever taught this way. Okay, guys? We've never. So at the end of the day, bring it from the top. You sell the contract, not the deal. So at the end of the day, there's one state. Do you think we should be flipping out over what one state does? It is crazy. And there's ways around I'll say this, there's ways around the Illinois law. I'm not going to break it down. There's plenty of legal scholars that have plenty of stuff to actually tell you. There's so many ways to get around this Illinois law. We're not going to break it down, but
guys, this is just, it's content. People are bored. Actually, I'm bored talking about the subject. I actually wanted to strangle him doing it, but we want to clarify it and give you the other side of it.
People just said wholesaling was illegal the day I picked up that deal. I'm like,
so you used your quote. Can I use the quote?
Oh gosh.
It's from the famous Jay-Z. It says, I got 99 problems, but wholesaling ain't one.
It ain't. I don't know where you're going.
Tired of it, man.
There's been a lot of interesting guru quotes this week. So I know where you're going with that
guys,
one.
But don't waste time on this stuff. It's just for dog and pony show fear. It's not going to help you, man. Like, honestly, they didn't worry about it when they got to their current spot. Now they want to worry about it. It's so funny.
This is the last video I'm doing this year, probably until
we should have like a funeral for
unless there's another law
laws
out there, which as of today, there's not. I'll say this nicely to a point, and people can interpret this the way they want. I've talked to people who have told me that wholesaling is going to be the end of the world. One person told me that, hey, this state is proposing legislation that wholesaling is illegal and in front of a bunch of people, right?
Yeah.
And I basically, hey, what's the law on it? What's the law? They said, I don't know, but I heard. They said I heard.
I heard, guys.
A time amount later, I'm not going to say a certain time amount. You go back, you didn't hear a peep about that. Because people hear something and they try to use that against why wholesaling's bad.
Yeah.
People are literally just, they hear Fugazi.
I heard.
I heard. Show me the laws. It's insane. So guys.
That's for code is I'm going to take no responsibility for this and I'm going to spread it through the internet and I'm not liable and I'm going to get a reaction. Guys, 99 problems, wholesaling ain't one.
Guys, I take this business seriously. This business has changed our lives. So I'm not here to go fear-monger you, peddle a course. I'm here to show you this stuff for free. We make a good amount of money. We make plenty of money. We don't have to peddle a course, go on our hands and knees and beg you to buy our course. We don't sell the course. We're not here to do it. We're here to just share this information. So guys, I really appreciate you guys hopping on here. You guys were so patient. We got a lot of people on here today. So we are excited at the end of the day here. Final thoughts before we get into, because we're about to break down the challenge. I'm excited.
Yeah, guys, I just, honestly, if you want to talk about it, we do it, but it takes away, if you want to get on here and like, hey, I want to talk about this law and that law, it's not going to help you be a better real estate investor. So like, honestly, get familiar with your laws in your state and pay attention to what market you do it in and take accountability and figure out how to navigate through it. That's it. You don't need 2 hours of discussion on it. It's like,
it's crazy.
I feel like from when I started in this business, I was told they're definitely going to ban it. They're 20 years, guys, 20 years. After 2 years, I just tuned the noise out. And honestly, I've never looked back. And now I see this trend. It's all popping up. It's not you guys talking about, it's people in influential positions. And they're just like, it creates, anytime you can create friction, it gets attention. And to me, there's good attention and there's bad attention. We just want you to get both sides of the story. If you think just getting a license is going to fix your life in wholesaling, you got another thing coming. It's not that easy. If it was that easy, I would have already done it.
I tell people all the time, they said, Zach, you always tell like people, you want to get a free link, here's PropStream, whatever. Do it. I feel like I need to have PropStream to have success. If you feel like you have to get a software for success, you're going to fail.
Yeah.
If you feel like you got to do this, I got to buy this course. I need this guru script for guys. It's all in your head. So we're excited today because we're excited to announce our challenge. Let's rewind a month ago. And this is going to be the best one. This is my favorite. Ready? Let's rewind a month because I think a month ago, you and I were on here. We said we're going to get ready for a challenge, right?
Yeah.
No. 2 months ago. I think a month and a half ago, we said, hey guys, for the month of June, we're doing a big challenge. We're traveling around the country. We're doing a bunch of traveling. It's great, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's the first free summer we've had in a while, if you know what I mean. With the
free Rick, we're labeling it.
As Future says, some of his great songs. But what I can tell you, he's a rapper. He has a famous song.
We got to play some songs here, so we can get familiar.
But here's the thing.
I'm old school with Jay-Z, aren't I?
I love Jay-Z. So
it wasn't Beyonce.
Here's the thing. About a month and a half ago, we went in front of you guys live here and said, we're going to do a big challenge. We're going to announce it in the beginning of May. So you have a full month to join on the challenge before we do it for the month of June, right?
Mm-hmm.
I said, now that I just put the cat out of the bag on this live stream, because this is something we've been planning for a while, every guru and their mother who is desperate for content, because first of all, they don't wholesale real estate, so they can't do any videos about them doing real deals. They're not creative.
It's always their students.
They're boring. Yeah, I'm just telling you the truth. I'm just telling you the truth. They got no personality, and they're trying to peddle courses. They're like, we don't have any ideas. How can I sell courses to people? I was like, wait, let's copy what Zach and Rick does, and they do it all the time. So I said, hey, disclaimer, I'm Nostradamus here. We're doing a thing in June, and I know that's like a month, 2 months away, but I'm just saying it right now. You know why I said it? Because a guru is going to hear what I said. They're going to create their own challenge next week. All of a sudden, they just made this. Why should do a challenge?
It's like abs in 10 days. I'll do abs in 7 days.
No, but like they hear us and they're like, because they watch every guru and their mom is watching this live. They watch everything we do because every topic we do, they copy it. Like
I don't care. I'm used to being copied.
It's crazy.
I've been copied since 2006, 7. A lot of the stuff.
Look it up. So I'll give 2 examples. These are always really fun ones I do. I released a video 2 months ago. I called it PropStream versus Batch Leads. I released it on the 1st, I think, February.
Mm-hmm.
Guess what happened February 3rd? 4 PropStream versus Batch Leads videos. We get copied like crazy, and it's the truth. We're going to have his wholesaling illegal video released from 4 gurus probably in 3 days because they need forever to. So what happened? Guess what? Another guru decided to make a challenge a week after. Shocker. And I'm just telling you, there's going to be a million challenges coming in. The official challenge is going to be in June. You know why it's going to be a cool challenge? Our prize is not a t-shirt and a Rich Dad Poor Dad book, because we have Rich Dad Poor Dad, but we have those books.
Such an old book.
The prize ain't that, okay?
My problem is Mr. Kiyosaki is all he wants to do is sell gold to everybody now.
Silver.
Is it silver?
He's a silver man.
I thought he was gold.
He's both. But I'm telling you right now,
he's got the solution to fix all your recession issues.
We love Robert. I got nothing wrong with him, but I think we cashed it. But I put out a thick 10K, just threw 10K out on the table. I said, this is the prize money. This is what we're giving out to the winners of this challenge, right?
Mm-hmm.
And people got excited. I had to flex a stack on these gurus, but that's what the real challenge. No one gives away the value that we're giving away in this challenge. And guess what? You don't even pay me money. We're just giving you guys free stuff. So in June,
we're not doing it to promote a course.
No
course promotion in it.
But you know why? It's
unbelievable.
You know what's something really fun?
Tell me.
This challenge is for people that have never gotten a real estate wholesaling deal. So the people have never gotten a deal, which means Brandon, you're out. Sorry, buddy. Bye, Felicia. You're done a deal. Get out of here. I don't want to deal with you on this.
It's okay. It's okay.
We love you, Brandon, but you already did a deal, man. We don't want to talk to you. We want to talk to the people who have never gotten a deal, because this challenge is going to be a race to the finish line of people that have never gotten a deal.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what? Every single day for 30 days straight, we're going to release a video on this channel because here's the problem. We're going to be around the country for like 30, even 45 days. So in June, we're going to have a week where I go live 4 days a week. And then we're going to have another live. We go live once during that time. And then we're going to have a live, where we do 5 days in a row. Like it's going to be kind of weird for the month of June because we're going to be all over the place. But we'll literally have a video every single day released from start to finish. It's going to be a chronological video for wholesaling real estate of start to finish. And it's going to be absolutely amazing.
You got a comment down there. Look.
I don't see what comment you're talking about. So what I can tell you is from day 1 to 30, it's going to be starting out beginner, what's wholesaling, contracts. We're really showing the entire process from start to finish. Okay. That's what June's going to be. And the winner is if you start out in this challenge brand new and you get a deal under contract or even assignment if you get an assignment signed, you'll be in the winner's circle. And then that means you are one of the people that are actually guaranteed to win a prize from us.
Yeah.
And you're going to be in a raffle to win multiple PropStream subscriptions for a year. Pretty penny. You're going to get free. There's so much free. Like we're not going to I'll break it. I'm not going to break down, but the mega prizes are going to be a couple PropStream free subscriptions for a year.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to give quote unquote t-shirts, I guess.
Swag.
We'll give Flip with Rick stuff. Everyone asks for Flip with Rick shirts. Everyone asks for Flip with Rick merch. We don't sell it.
Shirts.
That's stupid. But
I wouldn't sit here and wear a shirt like promoting like Flip with Rick, even though it's like my brand. I'm just not like honestly. I don't need a shirt.
My brand's myself
to define who it is. We are the brand. That's
we only promote 4 brands on this channel. Okay, number 1, the Miami Dolphins, the Miami Heat. Okay, the Florida Gators. And the Miami Hurricanes. Okay. Those are, and then some Marvel stuff, but those are the only brands we ever promote. But what I'll tell you right now, guys, is we're going to give a lot of free stuff out and we're excited to share it. So let me give you the link for you to hop on. You have to prove, because if I give you 1,000 free skip traces and I figured out you did a deal like 4 months ago, I'm going to let you keep it. I'm going to be upset though. I'm going to be kind of ticked off.
Guys, just be fair
about it. This is for
it.
people that have never gotten a deal. I want to challenge you. Another reason why we're doing this, we're having so many new people inflowing in this. Flip It, there's going to grow an insane amount in the next year. You're watching this now. You guys are going to be bragging. People brag back. They're going to brag like this. I remember subscribing to Flip with Rick when they had 35,000 subscribers. They're going to say, but I'm saying this in the humblest way. There's going to be so many new people from now to June that they're going to know what's wholesaling. What is this? So this challenge is for your brother, your younger sister, your grandma. I don't care, to learn wholesaling in 30 days from number 1 to 30. It's literally being in a college class for 30 days. I'm teaching it. So if you want to hop on, you all have to go is, Corey, you're out of here. Corey ain't winning any of these prizes. He's doing too well. Okay.
He is the OG.
We're going to go to www.flipwithrick/June.
How do you pin that up there? I don't know. You know better than I do.
Well, I'll show you this. So,
guys, the whole idea is to make. Remember, I told you wholesaling is.
Let me go to the website really quick.
You got to have fun doing it, and if you're not having fun doing it,
that's why I'm challenging you guys.
And you create urgency.
Maybe the free swag and challenges is going to be good enough for you guys. I doubt it.
Trust me, it'll be worth it.
But it will make it worth it. We're going to do free private coaching calls that no one can get. We're excited. So let me see if this video will play. Give you guys audio.
One-on-one. Ooh.
Where's one-on-one?
I said we do.
Oh yeah, no, we'll do free one-on-ones for we're going to get crazy.
Nobody
stuff.
does that anymore.
We're excited. So this is flipwithrick.com/June. For legal purposes, we are branding it as Zach Ginn's and Rick Ginn's 30-day wholesaling challenge. Just in case someone wants to slip in. People have done this before. I'll name something and then they'll try to trademark it after the fact. This is Zach Ginn's 30-day wholesaling challenge.
Don't worry. I won't put a restraining order on you. You're good.
Okay. This is Rick Ginn's 30-day.
Make sure you're good on that.
This is Rick Ginn. This is Flip with Rick's 30-day wholesaling challenge. Okay. Get started for free. This is how you do it. So just let's play the video. What's up, guys? Zach Ginn here, and welcome to the 30-day wholesaling challenge for the month of June. I will be sharing exactly as a beginner how to get your first wholesaling deal in 30 days or less in wholesaling real estate. I will be releasing one video every single day for 30 days straight, day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, all the way to 30 of everything you need to know about the wholesaling real estate process. Let me know if you guys can hear this. Every nitty-gritty detail with me and Rick, some recorded, some live. And at the end of the challenge, guys, I'm challenging you to go out here and do your first deal. This is for people trying to get their first deal. I'm giving away tens of thousands of dollars of prizes and just great stuff if you join the challenge.
You pull that out of my car?
Here's how you win. If you want to be one
No,
of
it's
the
from
winners,
picking up the
we're
rent.
giving a bunch of valuable stuff, guys. We're giving out PropStream for free. We're giving out merch. We're giving so much private Zooms. Guys, there's so many prizes out here for you to win. If you can get your first deal from this challenge, guys, it's a lot of moolah. And trust me, you'll make more money actually wholesaling and getting your first deal than any of the prizes we can give. But what we're trying to do is challenge you to get your first deal. How to enter this challenge is go right here, put your information right here.
Yeah, let's get into it.
And what you're going to do is fill out the questionnaire and then email support@flipwithrick.com your information and just showing, hey, put your name, you're entering the challenge yourself. And then boom, once you get a property under contract, you assign it, send it over to us, and put your name in the drawing, and you can go win. I'm telling you, everything's going to be posted on the Flip with Rick YouTube channel and then on freewholesaling.com. To join the challenge, you're going to be subscribed to Flip with Rick on YouTube. You're going to have to subscribe to Zach Ginn on YouTube. You're also going to have to join freewholesaling.com and be a member of Wholesaling Houses for real. If you're willing to do that, get ready to go. Enter your information in. Go email us so we can put you on the list and make sure you're qualified as a person who's never done a deal before. Then once follow the information, follow our steps, you get your first deal and we start changing your life. Guys, let's start.
37 people on here. That's crazy.
Let's get going.
Yeah. All right. Awesome. Oh, am I on here? How do I wait? Escape. Yeah, there we go. So this is the video right here.
What's up, guys?
Oops. For everyone watching this on everything else, just go to Flip with Rick on YouTube. You'll see it on there, or Zach Ginn on YouTube, whatever one you want on there, and you'll pop it up. But here's the website right here. Basically, all you got to do is just join the challenge here. The challenge videos are actually being released on freewholesaling.com and on YouTube because some are going to be live streams, but like the whole 30-day challenge will actually be in its own module for people that want to do it in like a year from now.
Okay.
We kind of always put our stuff, our website stuff. So you read that?
I just saw
We
that.
always put fun stuff in there, but join the challenge. There's nothing really like put your information on. All right. You don't really put like too much. You just click the thing. Like you're not signed up for anything. We got our Wolf of Wall Street here,
Love
but basically like here are the steps. Like it's very like non-guru-ish, if that makes sense. But just basically just email support@flipwithrick. Just say, hey, my name's Zach Ginn. I'm 24. I'm 22 years old. I have no experience. I've never gotten a deal. And I'm excited for the challenge. And I'm in the San Antonio market. And I'm starting June 1st for wholesaling real estate. And maybe a picture of you, whatever you want. Update us on like your accountability. Take your action. And then once you get a deal locked up or you get the assignment of contract, email us the information and we'll get you in the prize winner circle. Subscribe and join the free wholesaling course there. That's kind of what it is to a point. So really like how it works is it's kind of the buddy trust system to a point. That's really it. So like all you got to do is we're going to give preferential treatment to people that have actually done get an assignment locked up.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be like the top people. So like we might get 4 and then you have a 50% chance of winning like it's pretty good. So honestly, if you can get a deal locked up and then get a cash buyer to assign, like put $3,000 down on an assignment of contract for you making a profit, you're basically already won. Like it's like there's an unlimited amount of winners. Okay. There's an unlimited amount of winners for this.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I hope you break me. I have to give away so many prizes that
I don't think it's not going to break us.
But guys, listen, the whole point of this is number one, get you to take action. You can sit here and stare at content all day. Everyone's guilty of it to a point. The difference between myself, Zach, Corey, all the other people have taken that. The thousands of people have done deals on here. They just took action. You can sit here and discuss it all you want, but you have to go out and do it. We talked about like having fun, and the idea is reward you for your action. You do not have to know everything, guys. I knew very little when I started wholesaling. And I learned as I went along. If you're going to wait till you figure out all the information, I can't help you. A guru is certainly not going to help you, but they'll definitely take your money. You just have to take massive action. You have to move forward It's scary. It's uncomfortable, but I'm going to tell you in the end, you'll be very, very happy with your decision. So
I know, that's it. So we always get spam bots. I can always block them really quick. We always get like
that is
one,
annoying.
and honestly, we've kind of at the point, like if you're just gonna say something nasty, I just block.
I
Like,
think that's automatic.
I think you
bro.
saw that. I think you saw that. You said someone said something mean, and we
I
just
didn't
like,
think it was mean.
I-
I didn't think it was too mean.
it was
Well,
pretty.
like honestly, we
He's
don't
blocked.
sell a course.
So here's the people
like-
get upset. We don't sell court, but here's the thing. Right here, if you just say something mean, we're just gonna block you, like to the point. Like we're just doing good stuff. But here's the thing. We got the email sent. Facebook user. I gotta look it up who it is who says these because it's hidden unless you put the thing. But love this group. 1 year in, many deals under my belt. Rick and Zach give all the gems all the time. Appreciate it. Means a lot, guys. We try our best to help, and no one's really given a challenge like this on this caliber publicly. And we're giving away the most prizes for wholesaling. We don't. Isn't it funny that we have to give the most prizes ever, and we don't even sell you courses? There's no like at the end of the day, there's no funnel. Like just email me.
Yeah.
And what we'll do is it gives us good standing to a point of saying like, hey, I got this all. We have a social media account where it's always fun. It's always new people on there, and I don't want to say for the algorithm, but it's a Chinese social media site, and you already know what I'm talking about.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm honestly.
They're like YouTube Shorts.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And I always get say you're an imposter, or whatever. Like your stuff is a scam, and I'll throw up 20 testimonials we get.
Yeah.
They do it for free, but it does make us look good
Hey, guys.
to a point when someone posts a before and after.
Yeah, we got a good 20-year scam running here.
Yeah,
we?
it's a good 20-year scam. It's just funny.
That just makes me so much fun. The thing is, honestly, challenges have been around. Did Russell Brunson invent the challenge? No, he wasn't, but he's the one who created the funnel for it. Most challenges were created to bring people in a funnel so they could sell you something.
Yeah.
This, in my opinion, and you guys tell me if I'm different, is the only challenge we've seen in wholesaling where we're not sucking you in to try to sell you a course. We're actually we just want to show you how to do it. And we want to reward the people that take the most amount of action. And guess what? Some of your actions won't work out, guys. That's how you learn. That's how you move forward. If you're waiting for everything to be perfect, it's not going to happen. And honestly, get out of wholesaling the right way. But for those who want to take that risk and make that action, I'm telling you, amazing things waiting for you on the other side.
And we're here to do it. So it's an exciting because it's a race against the clock. Like you got 30 days to get a deal. You don't have 14 days to figure out what virtual market you want to be in.
And we're not.
It's a 30-day challenge. Yeah. You got to go.
And you guys aren't paying us. So I'm not going to sit here and just what do you call it? Sugarcoat it. I'm not going to yeah, you can do it. Let's just get through the time before you're going to charge it back on your credit card. And I'm going to keep you happy. I'm going to tell you up front, John, you're not taking enough action. At this pace, you are going to fail. You need to do this, this, and this. End of story.
You guys, there will be people in this challenge that gets their first deal in 30 days that they thought they'd never had because they got pushed. 30 days is a big challenge. 45 days, 60 days is probably better. But from start to finish, like very beginner stuff, it's going to be exciting.
My first 3 deals were an absolute nightmare. Full disclosure. Honestly, it's like I didn't even know how I got through it, but I learned from it and I moved forward. And every day to this day, 20 years later, I still learn from every deal we do.
And guess what? I want you, and I'm going to be straight up for the next month of May. If you get a deal this month, you won't be able to go on the challenge, which, terrible, right? If you tell me you have a deal locked up and it's like June 3rd, I know like
we'll celebrate you.
We'll celebrate you, but we really want the people that are brand new. And then we might put you in the prize. Maybe we got guys, it's going to be exciting. So what I'm telling you right now is
don't wait till June,
excited.
guys. Start now.
Keep
it's
going.
like that diet. Like I'll start tomorrow. Number one, you don't need to diet. You just need to take action every day to make yourself better.
But what we want on the email is just say, hey, my name's Zach, whatever, John, I'm brand new. I'm excited to go. I'm taking action. And just doing that, you're in the challenge. You're ready to go. So guys, I'm excited. I can't wait because we're going to do a huge live stream at the end where we give everything out for free, all this stuff. And we're going to talk to people that, hey, this is the coolest part, guys. We're going to talk to like 5-10 people that, hey, I got my first deal. I got my first deal in this 30-day challenge. Great, John. Oh, John's in the same market that you, the viewer, are watching in, Minneapolis, Minnesota. John, what did you do? And he'll explain it. Like, these are going to be really good case studies.
Yeah, it's going to help
it's gonna be
everybody
exciting.
learn, because you're not going to get like a 5-year experienced
No.
person telling you how they did this tricky new thing. We're talking about people going in, locking up deals, selling their contracts, and getting money in their bank account rather quickly.
It's going to be fun because when you talk to someone that is doing deals and they're brand new and they started, the cool part, number one, they're not trying to sell you a course. You see people go on podcasts. Guess what they're doing? They're not on there to share their story. They're here to find a way to sell you on their
And they
special
got
course.
every podcast has an angle. I don't even blame them.
I made $1 million this year driving for dollars. Buy my course to learn how.
And I'm not going to tell you. I'm only going to tell you after you pay it. And by the way, you have no idea if I actually did any of this stuff I'm telling you. I'm just telling you.
So and here's the part. Everyone we talk to, I actually can vet them that they got the deal. That's the exciting part. So guys, that's how you do it. How do you do it? Email us. You don't even have to go to www.flipwithrick.com/June. You can just email us the info. But if you want any of those prizes, I'm going to be checking in on you. And this is the coolest part. Ready? You have to subscribe to Flip with Rick on YouTube, subscribe to Zach Ginn on YouTube, subscribe to Rick Ginn on YouTube. There's a lot of channels we got. But you got to subscribe to all of our YouTubes. Just go to the channels button on there. It'll show them all here because we have exclusive Rick Ginn videos, exclusive Zach Ginn videos.
Yeah.
And Flip with Rick videos are like,
I think we pull some people out of there and just randomly connect with them too, see how they're doing.
And that's it. And then also you have to be part of the Wholesaling House for Real Mastermind and then be part of freewholesaling.com.
So just don't join it because you think there might be a random chance to get a prize. If you want that extra push and you want urgency, it's proven. You put an expiration on anything, you're much more motivated to do it. Why does everybody wait till the end of the week to get something done? Because that's when it expires.
We gave out 2 free prop streams last year to people that were just randomly in freewholesaling.com and they randomly won it. They were happy with it, but like they didn't felt like they earned it to a point. So we're going to make you guys earn the prizes. So that's what it is. It's going to be in June 1st till June 30th. It's going to be really fun. We're excited about it. So guys, this is Thursday. So if you're part of Wholesaling Houses for Real, you already know what time it is. It is time to hop on, talk to us one-on-one, and we'll get some coaching calls in. So anything else to say about the challenge before we get into it?
I have people commenting, can I join? Listen, if you haven't done a deal and you're giving us your integrity and your truth, yes, join it. Like that. The whole idea is just to get you going. And by us talking about it now, kind of gives you a head start, right?
That's it. So let's talk about it. Let's get on. Let's talk to people. Javon. Hello.
I hear him. I just can't see him.
All right.
You can come back to him.
Hello.
Javon.
All right. Let's talk to Victoria.
That was interesting. Victoria, you there?
Ian.
I am here. I am here.
What is up, man? How are you?
I am well. Yourself?
I'm great, man. I saw you're trying to get in on the in the group, and then I think I was trying to message you back, but you got in, so that's what counts. So
Yes.
Welcome, man.
Thank you.
How are you, man? How can we help you become a better wholesaler today?
Well, I've got a huge real estate background. I worked for hedge funds before, and 18 months ago, I parted ways with a hedge fund, and I came up with the idea of wholesaling to them. And but then twists and turns of last year, I started underwriting for a firm out of Phoenix, and I made a lot of money. Bought some properties in Northeast Alabama, and I'm in process of flipping one, and one's my 2 acres, which I'm going to live at and all that with a camper, and I got to fix the house out of the land. But want to get my wholesaling running again. I was doing at least 4,000 a week last year with the project, as I call it, and about 400 a week this year. So that's died out because they outsourced the VAs and all that because they thought they could get more deals than I could do for them. And I don't know if they're right or not, but so I'm basically making $0 this year, and got a little bit of panic the last 2 weeks because I'm sitting on a nice chunk of money, which is accounted for by credit card debt as part of the flips and all my car payments. Like I could buy out all my debt right now and have $0, and then have the same amount in IRS debt, which I'm anticipating from last year. So I'm sitting on a nice chunk, and I'd want to use that proof of funds to wholesale. And my dilemma is like, I actually was going to participate, but I locked up a deal in the last 24 hours.
Oh
with
no.
that. Yeah, so I'll be honest with that if I could play, but I just want to get more.
Yeah.
I know how to work the Zillow and all that. I bought wholesale. That's how I found about wholesaling. When I was with the fund, I bought from wholesalers, and just the way things went since then is just I didn't really commit to it. And I'm allowed to say the S word, but I had a lot of what I call it is I had a lot of know-allism going on with myself in the last 3 months, and
All right.
Go to the bathroom and get off the pot. And I just really hit it this week. I didn't have a nervous breakdown, but I got that anxiety of just like knowing my money's not going to last forever, and I've got to do something. And so I was watching your YouTube videos about 1 a.m. I've known about you guys for a few months and all that. And I realized I shouldn't be watching your videos at 1 a.m. I should be on the phones at 10 a.m. and looking at Zillow leads at 10 a.m. getting calls. And I got a deal right away. Really nice spread on it. It's just they've canceled on me before in the last 6 months. I've had 3 deals with them, and there's one that's they're looking for a distressed product that's tough to deal with, and they want it to be distressed, but they don't want too much work on it. So I think they cap out like 50,000 in capex. So hopefully this deal goes through because it'll make me for the next few months. But with my wholesaling, after I told you the whole story, I'm going on. I want to get better at pulling lists and talking to owners directly. And I'm based out of Birmingham. I'm in the Florida Keys right now because my dad's elderly and I'm down here a lot. And I'm heading back to Birmingham in the next 48 hours.
Which key are you in?
Tavernier, Key Largo, Coral Shores High School, that area.
Killing me.
Yeah,
We go to the Keys a lot.
I spent a lot of time down there.
We go to the Keys a lot. So
I've been a waiter before down here, and you do look very familiar. So Rick does. So.
that's cool.
I love
What
fishing down
restaurant
there.
were you a waiter?
Chow Hound, Island Grill, and I just hang out down here a lot. I'm at the Hog a lot.
That's cool.
Yeah.
You spend more time there. But all right. So you want to get better at what? Talking to sellers?
No, like just pulling lists, like
You seem
talking
fine
to the seller directly because
what list
I
do you
can
want
go
to
to a
pull?
Zillow list. I can get leads from other wholesalers, but I want to get my own leads from the seller.
Cool. So what market again? One more time.
Birmingham and nationwide. I've got a lot of hedge fund contacts, and I got hit up by one today that just has this list. It's just like, okay, I can do that.
Too bad he didn't call in when we did the whole hedge fund thing, huh?
He already works for a hedge fund.
I know he's
the guy for it. But I'm telling you, so Birmingham, do you know what list you want to pull there, or are you trying to figure out which list to pull there?
Like code, I keep hearing code violations and tax violations. I know tax liens are big in Alabama.
Yeah.
I was about to physically buy a tax lien the other day. Not tax lien, but the wholesaler's trying to sell me a tax lien. Then we stopped following up. But what's that?
That's an easy list.
Why don't I just go to my own tax liens, and cut that?
So, like I've said, government list. So tax liens, probates are going to be great there. Are you doing any driving for dollars there?
I have a bit, but I haven't called. So I guess that's like the taking action, actually doing things.
You have driven for dollars though, right?
Yeah.
I would consider doing reverse driving for dollars. That's a great one to do. So just get a sticky note when you find an ugly house, just slap that thing on the door.
Yeah.
You do like 100 of those, man. You don't even have to call them; they'll call you. And it's so much easier. It's like direct
saves
mail.
you a ton of time. It saves
doing
a
that
ton
with
of time.
pre-foreclosures, amazing. If you have like a kid in your area that for like $20 an hour to do it, those are money, man.
It's funny. I just tried having one of the high school guys that's been working with me on my flips go look at them, and he was trying to shake me down for gas money. I was just doing him a favor because he needed a little bit of money. I offered him 50. He wanted 75. I'm like, come on.
Oh man,
it never stops.
Those guys never stop. But
you just got to cut them off.
Those work really well. I really like the arrest record list. Those
especially in Alabama. I bet that's good.
Hey man, hey, we're in Florida. We got some crazy stuff going on here. But the arrest, I'm not saying this just because we're going after them, but like I have found a lot of great deals we've had. They're just like, they won't really tell you the reason, but like they're getting arrested. How many crazy deals have you had that the guys or gals getting arrested and they're going to prison for like a year and they got to sell it for cash?
I've done a lot.
We've done a lot. They're a good amount, and no one's really going after it in Birmingham.
It's a lot of drama.
There's a lot of drama, of course.
You just got to walk through it, though.
How far are you from Huntsville?
Hour and a half, 2 hours.
Yeah, that's a little too far. I know that market works pretty well.
Yeah.
We know JoJo's out there doing really well over there.
Yeah.
I was just wondering if you're like how close those places were. But okay, I would stick to Birmingham. I know a couple of people doing well there. I would start pulling government lists, man. Like I just think that's really where it's at. Honestly, what we can tell you is we don't know 100% what works in Birmingham. We've never done an official wholesaling deal in that city. But how we figure out in virtual wholesaling what works or not is it's pretty simple. You find a list, you market that list, and you do like 10 different lists and you see which ones hits. That's really it. You just experiment.
You'll find.
The tax liens are amazing right now, and maybe the probates suck. Like you really, like, that's how you figure it out. And that's how we figure out our market, virtual markets. That really, like,
and you got to look at the cost of lists. Some of these lists are free.
Yeah.
Some cost some money, and then like if you're spending a lot of money on a list and you're yielding no results after a quarter, move on.
Yeah.
Like we do that all the time. I used to purchase an inheritance list. For 3 years, I didn't get a deal. He used to ask me, goes, why do you keep buying that list? I go, somebody told me to. I'm like, we give away tens of thousands of dollars and never got a deal. And then we switched over to probates. Probates, to be honest with you, pull them right. There's only like 50, 60 leads a month. So they're pretty easy and they don't cost a lot. Why people don't like probates is because you don't get an instant like return. But if I told you I'd spend $200 a year to market the probates, you might only get 10 calls, and out of that, you might get 1 or 2 deals, and those deals will yield you 50 grand. It's amazing. So I've got 20 years experience trying every list in the world. I share it all on freewholesaling.com. I give every method. It's up to you to decide which ones are going to stick for you. Some people, they want everything done for them, and they're going to pay a higher premium for it. And other people can do driving for dollars, and they don't have to spend a dime. It's honestly, it's a combo of both. Driving for dollars probably, they're very effective lists because I can have a list of 10,000 people and someone can go and do driving dollars for that area and pick out the 3 houses that need the most help. And you'll do much better on those 300 houses because to get through 10,000 people is a pain in the butt. It costs money, and I got to work each one of the lead. As far as you talking to people, I'm not even slightly concerned about it, dude. You hold yourself well. You've had to deal with very professional companies. I don't think you're going to have a problem there. My only suggestion to you is just practice like some role playing. Once you know the objections of what people are going to say, it's easy. It's just like when you work for a hedge fund. You knew whenever you had to sell something or push a certain product line, you knew exactly what the obstacles were going to be, and you figured out how to work around them.
Okay. Well, yeah, like yesterday, I called, took me off guard. It was just so easy to talk to her, and she was like, "Oh yeah, just send me an offer," and she went below.
Honestly, that's how most of them are. The reality is 95% of the people, if they don't want to do business with us, and if you can accept that fact and understanding that's the obstacle and you got to get through it, wholesaling's easy. The people struggle with wholesaling when they think 95% are going to agree with what you say and only 5% will give you resistance. That person's going to get their butt kicked every time. And I think you've accepted that probability. That's the trade-off of why we can do whatever we want, live wherever we want, and make as much money as we can. Period.
Okay.
You got it, man. Like you listen, I might, if you came from the hedge fund world, this might be easier in a way. Like I know that sounds rough, but like once you get into your groove, you're just going to keep expanding. I would love if you had to drop me in Alabama, I would be a rock star in a year. Like honestly, it's just such a right market.
Well, you can come visit. I've got 2 acres and we can camp and stuff, you know.
I'm just telling you, man. I love. I'm an avid fisherman. I'm a terrible hunter, but just because I don't.
No, I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
We got so many more wholesalers where we're at.
You're in the perfect state.
You're in a great state, man.
You're perfect. So just you're going to have to manage the money. I'm not going to kind of give you advice on that. I would get some deals under your belt. And just live way below your means until you get where you want to get, and just keep, and whatever gets you successful in wholesaling, don't stop doing it, because it doesn't change. What I started out 20 years ago, I just expand on it today. And the times I ever struggle is when I stopped doing the right marketing. And then that's when I didn't get deals.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You got
I
this.
think it's just the mental, I need to throw in the towel on last year's project and just go this 100%. That makes sense.
You'd be fine.
You don't have to quit both. You can do, like, I was taking high school classes and college classes while I was wholesaling. Like, it's not wholesaling or nothing. A lot of people think it's that.
No, it's not.
It's really not. You did a full-time job on wholesaling. Like,
I did a full-time 80 hours a week.
You know?
Like, because I had obligations. I had people I'd take care of, kids, the whole 9 yards. So The reason you do wholesaling is you want it to cater to your life. Don't ever let wholesaling tell you what you have to do. But you have to constantly be marketing and talking to sellers. That will never change. That is the root of it. And honestly, if you can narrow it down to 3-4 hours a day, you can do whatever you want with the rest of the day. It doesn't matter.
I agree.
It's not about how many hours you work. It's the quality of conversations you have with people.
Yeah.
Period. So you got it.
Well, I'm definitely impressed. I've paid for a few courses that were like not expensive, but it's just I like the free thing and just the commitment of.
Ian, how much did you pay to talk to me one-on-one?
What's that?
How much did you pay to talk to us one-on-one?
Free, but
no exploratory call, guys.
Everyone thinks everyone who hops on here paid like $1,000 to talk to us one-on-one. It's hilarious.
My favorite is like, you get what you pay for. I go, I can guarantee you that's one of the worst sayings in life ever. Some of the most amazing things I ever got where people sat down and go, Rick, you're going the wrong course. This is what you need to do. And I want to see you get better. I've had people I've paid a lot of money steer me down like what their agenda is. So if you pay us or not, a lot of people feel when they pay it, it just feels good, right? Like you're getting something. You feel like you're buying a car. But the reality is you're going to find out what that car's performance is real quick. And if it doesn't live up to expectations, it's a disaster. The difference with us is we can just tell you the truth. I have no agenda.
So we're here to help, man. Like, here's the cool part, Ian. Like, you have a deal under contract or you have a seller like that's being a problem. You come to me every week. You tell me about the deal. I'll help you. I want to help. So you tell us, like, even like people just hop on here and say, hey, Zach, just letting you know, I cold called this, and this is what I did this week. See you next week. Sometimes people just want that. We're here to help. We talk to everyone who wants to hop on one-on-one every single time. So
yeah, this is a lonely sport. I'm going to tell you right now.
Yeah.
And if you can find groups that will help support you, just be careful of the information you get, because the internet is just, you have no idea who's on the other end typing this stuff. And that's why we like to do like the face-to-face. So you can, I love to see people and see what they're going through. And just here to tell you, I went through the whole thing pretty much by myself. So like you have more support and more help today. And if you truly want to get financial freedom and all the freedom of your time, you're in the right one. You're definitely in the right state too.
You got this, man.
You got it.
Cool. Thank you.
All right, man.
Okay, bud. Have a good one.
Let us know. Oh, awesome. Key Largo's nice. I love Key Largo. All right. Victoria, are you back on network?
Yes.
There we go.
Hello.
All right. What's up? Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. So I'm from New York. I live in Long Island, about 30 minutes away from Manhattan. So I want to ask you if that would be an ideal market to start.
Where in Long Island?
In Hicksville. So in Nassau County.
Okay, yeah. I'd go virtual. Hey, no worries about your kids. I don't mind. I probably would go virtual. Long Island's tough, especially it's kind of western part of Long Island. I'd probably go virtual. It's probably not the best.
It's one of the tougher markets to start.
Hudson Valley's and upstate New York's the only place in New York that really is working too well. Virtual, you do a lot better, especially if you're in a good virtual market. That'd be a lot better.
Okay.
That's what you used to look like when I used to do videos back in the old day when we actually had to record them. He used to sit over my shoulder the whole time while I did stuff. It's so funny. So how many kids do you have?
I have 2 boys. And today I have an extra one who is their cousin. So
there you go, man.
So 3 boys today.
That's fun, man.
But I would go virtual. That's just what our gut's telling me. Victoria, I'd personally tell you if I know people in Long Island who are wholesaling there. I don't. And I know a lot of people that live in Long Island. So
I actually don't know anyone, and I've been trying because I'm an investor too, and I'm trying to find deals to do, but I can't find any wholesaler. It's just very hard to get hold of them.
It's hard. It's an attorney state. The ones that I know that do well are Rochester, Buffalo. So I would go virtual.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
No worries, Victoria. Have a great one.
Thanks.
Those are fun kids.
I love when they got the kids in the background. You used to do that long time
Oh
ago.
yeah. I think I paid myself back plenty. uh, Javon, are you back on? Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bye. All right. Van, what's up?
Hey guys, how you doing?
I'm great, man. How's Louisiana treating you?
It is well, the Lafayette market is rough. There's two big realtor firms down here. I don't know if I could say their name online, but
Are you complaining about Lafayette, Louisiana?
yeah,
Why are you complaining about Lafayette, Louisiana?
because they're so rough down here. But
They're
I'm
what?
doing Lafayette County and the surrounding parishes. So I have
What's the
about
problem?
it's just everybody's fighting for real estate down here. But I found a probate lead where the person has 81 properties inherited from their dead father, and she
Wow.
knows nothing about real estate. So, like, she's given us three properties to start off with, but she doesn't want us to walk through the house because she doesn't understand how real estate works, and in general, she doesn't want to disturb the tenants. But we can't buy the properties without going through the houses. I asked her, like, since she has like so many properties, she probably has a property management company and a lawyer to help her with this. But how do I get them to serve a notice to them? I know some people on here asked about the same question, but they did it on email and stuff like that, or they had lawyers to do that for them. But I'm not sure how we could do that here.
Van, you're complicating this. Okay.
Yes, I'm just
So number
so
one
scared.
is you have a seller.
Yes.
Okay. Just concentrate. Actually, I tell everybody whenever you have a seller has a large portfolio of homes, pick their lowest hanging fruit, meaning the stuff. Maybe if it's vacant or it needs a lot of repairs, because trying to take down like 83 properties, honestly, you're not qualified to do it because you'd have to make one big giant offer. You'd have to serve up a proof of funds. It would be a nightmare. The fact that she's talking and entertaining you, you're just, number one, you got to give yourself the credit. Like you're doing the right actions.
Yeah.
Okay. Number two, they got tenants in it. I get it. You're overcomplicating it. When you're a wholesaler, you have to solve as many problems as possible. So what you need to do is figure out the easiest way without making the seller's life difficult to connect with those tenants in a timely fashion. So you can just get a quick peek at the property. And then she just wants to know that you are not going to rock the tenant's world and that she doesn't want like 10,000 phone calls from the tenant. Some crazy guys at the property, what's going on? She probably has not told the tenants she's selling the property.
Yeah, she has a
It
total.
happens a lot.
Okay. So you have to just nicely go by, figure out what your story is, and just find an easy way to take a quick look at the property without rocking the tenant's boat so they don't light up your. If the minute they call that the person in charge of that portfolio, you're done. Like, so you have to find a way to do it. And honestly, kindness just wins here. Just be a super nice guy. Maybe give them a $25 gift card to their local supermarket. Bribe them, dude. Like, it's just, you have to do this. You can't, like, if you start having your seller like figure out emails and certified letters, you're going to get attorneys involved. You're going to get property management costs, and you're going to get cut out of the deal. So you got to find a way to go out to the property without like rocking the boat. Just tell them, listen, she wants us to give a estimate on painting the house, and you can do something like that. Okay, you can give it. Let me ask you: you ever painted a house?
No.
Okay, well now you get a lesson on it. But you just say, listen, we just got to verify the square footage on the inside and outside, and just to listen, for the inconvenience of we'll, if you have to bribe them with a gift card, give it to them. Like, just help them out. The main thing is that the tenants do not like get upset with your seller. And then you got to make, if you sit around and wait for a key and certified letters, dude, you're going to be waiting months.
Okay.
Because honestly, she's going to give you a chance until you screw it up, and then she's going to move on. So you got, number one, just be more confident with yourself. How hard is it to take a look at the property? And just here's simply, hey, can you just give me the tenant's name and phone number and just handle it? That's it. Like, you don't need lawyers. You don't need property managers. just make her life easy and take a look at it. And then when you go over there, be the tenant's best friend, because guess what? They're going to tell you everything wrong with the property.
Yeah.
Like, you don't even have to do an inspection when you're done with those tenants. They'll tell you what room leaks, if the roof's leaking, and just get a good assessment. And remember, you're buying properties. You're not buying them at retail level. So you don't have to do this. Like, how long do you plan on going in if you're going to inspect the property? If
Wait,
you went-
I'm sorry, I can't hear the last part.
How long would you go into and inspect a property? How much time do you think it would take from the time?
Usually it's like less than 15 minutes.
Like 10, 15 minutes in and out. And then
Okay.
you got to make them feel like, guys, you have to dance. You cannot force this stuff. Force is done with lawyers and real estate agents. We as wholesalers, we dance. We solve problems, and we get straight line to the profit as fast as possible by helping as many people out. Okay? Those tenants, most likely in the end, if you go, well, Rick, they're going to get displaced. They're going to get displaced no matter
Yeah.
what you do. Is it you going to do it, or is another wholesaler going to do it? You don't make any promises to them, and just say, listen, I'm here just to kind of give an estimate on what it would take to paint the house. Because potentially, if you buy the house, you would paint it. So I would go in on something like that. I don't like people lying, saying I'm an insurance agent or anything like that, because if your bluff gets called and you're not, your deal's over with. So I think you're just overthinking it.
Yes,
You just got to take a quick look at the house. You're going to get some resistance from the tenant, because put yourself in the tenant's shoes. Would you be uncomfortable if a guy showed up, like making every note about the house and figuring out what's like, and then they're going to ask you, are you buying the property? What are you going to say?
I personally won't be buying it.
Hey, I'm just working with the seller.
Oh, okay.
I'm just working with Jan, whatever the seller is, and she just wanted me to come out and take a look at the property and see what I thought, what it cost to get it painted. That's it. You got to like go in there easy. Are you stretching the truth? Yes, you are. But potentially you are painting. Someone will be painting the property. You'd like to know to get the estimate. You take a quick look at it. You put a pen in your pocket and maybe a notepad or a small piece of paper in your pocket, and you walk in with your hands free. You don't want to be threatening, and just get to it. And then you can put pen. Hopefully you've already ran your numbers on the house, correct?
Yeah, for comps, I've been using Dash Leads and PropStream for it. Then
Okay.
cross-referencing that with Zillow, Trulia, and Realtor.com.
Okay.
But it's just the numbers are all like different, like 50,000 difference between all those sites, and I don't understand the comps.
Once again, you're overthinking it.
Yes.
And I want everyone to understand this on this live is wholesaling is actually really simple. You're looking to buy properties discounted. If you're spending a ton of time on comps, you're trying to compete in a retail market and you're a wholesaler. If it doesn't work, you just move on to the next one. Or maybe, like, she's got 83 houses. Let me ask you this. Of the 83, how did she pick the 3 out that you're looking at?
Oh, they're the worst of the worst. They're in the low income areas and everything.
Okay. So the worst of the worst. So she should expect some sort of discount. Number 2 is, if those 3 don't work out, ask her if you have any vacant properties. Vacant properties are easier than even just stressed, beat up properties. Why? Because they're easy to inspect, they're easy to sell, and there's very little resistance from anyone. So if it doesn't work out with that, go, listen, do you have any properties vacant? Because, maybe, and sometimes tenants just don't let you in, but like, we never, ever let the tenants stop us. Remember, they're renters. They don't own the property, but you can't force your way in there. You want to be nice. Official letters are okay. It's just going to take time. So I just try to like be super nice to them. You don't give them cash. It's very insulting. Sometimes you bring them like little gifts, give them a gift card to a local grocery store, or, gas is everyone's problem, right?
Yes.
Give them a $20 gas card. And if it doesn't work out, you can just keep the gas card. I'd still give it to them, and there's no harm done here. You're overthinking this. Your comps, if you're spending more than 15 minutes on your comp, you're trying to justify paying a higher price. Don't pay the higher price, and I fix your problem. Because if you pay that higher price, you're going to be spending 10 times the effort trying to sell the property. And then you're going to have to go back to that seller and break the bad news to them that you have to get a price reduction. So remember, you want to get an initial no. So have you gone through freewholesaling.com yet?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm telling you, followed my advice because it works. It's got 20 years experience. I didn't just make this up on the fly. I've had a lot of pain doing this.
Yes,
Okay.
thank you.
Find a way to get the tenants information and handle it for them. And when you do that, your seller's like, wow, this Van's like he took action to get stuff done. Don't expect your seller to do it. They're never going to get around to it.
Okay. All right. Okay.
got
Thank you. Thank you very much for taking the time to answer this.
Action. Less overthinking. Your comps wait. Guys, 10, 15 minutes max. That's why we like when you use listrei.com, PropStream, batch, all that, because it's just, you can't manipulate them. Their comps are always going to have a range, right? A high and low.
No. And here's the thing. Dude, Lafayette's a great market. I know a good amount of wholesalers there, man. Like, it works, dude.
You got a great problem. You got somebody with 83 properties.
Yeah, man.
I don't, you taking 83 down by yourself might be a stretch. If you can win this 3 and show you can get good deals, dude, the sky's the limit in bringing partners to take down the rest of the portfolio.
I do have a cash buyer that wants to that buys whole rental portfolios, but I don't know how to.
I tell you what, you show me a contract on any of those 3.
Yes.
And I'm sure I can connect you with the right person, but you don't really have anything yet. That's what I'm just here to tell you. You have to do the work. You have to prove the plan. So you can get in the house, take a look at the condition, figure out your comp range, and put a contract together that makes sense, that you get an initial no from, then you might be able to show the value. And then that's where you can bring in, as we talked to Ian earlier, like a hedge fund or anything like that to buy the rest of the portfolio.
Exactly.
I would love to have a hedge fund. I can't. It's hard to find anybody here that.
When are you going to go look at the property?
I'm going to go Wednesday, but I have to talk to her first because she knows nothing about real estate, and we're trying to walk her through this.
It doesn't matter if she knows about real estate. Your job is to solve a problem.
Yes.
And you got to solve her problem and your problem.
Yes.
Okay. So you be a guide and help her through it. Say, listen, what's her name?
Guillory. That's her last name, but her first name Aubrey.
Okay. Well, figure out how are you going to call her and go, listen, Miss Seller, I know this seems a little overwhelming, but listen, if you just give me the tenant's information, I'll go ahead and contact them. I won't rock the boat. I'll just take a quick look at the property and then we can meet up. That's it. That's all you need to do when you hang up with this phone. Take that step, solve that one, then go to the next step.
Okay.
Sweet, you're trying to solve it all in one stroke. It ain't going to happen, dude. You got to go out and kind of take a quick look at the property.
Yes.
And then you can look at you'll have a range on the comps and you can decide if it's in the better part or the worst part, minus off the repairs, and make an educated offer. And then use the techniques we teach you in freewholesaling.com and just keep doing it over and over. You've got to prove your theory before you try to invite a hedge fund or anybody else in.
Exactly.
Yes. Thank you very much for your patience.
Good problems, Ian. Good problems.
It's just scary. Thank you so much.
No problem. Thanks, man.
Okay, have a good day.
Oh, all right.
I usually get overly excited when I hear like 80 properties. And the reality is like, it's like an elephant, dude. You gotta like give them one peanut at a time and see if they bite. Because I used to spend hours with those people and find out they just use your information.
Exactly. So we got Aaron. What is up?
What's up, Rick? What's up, Zach?
Finally got back on.
Yeah, I just figured out that I needed my laptop to join the lives because my laptop is actually very bad. All right, but I'm sorry, what was that?
This tech stuff, I don't always understand it.
No, I know.
Zach's the tech whiz.
What's up, man? How can I help you out?
Yeah, so I currently actually have my third property under contract, and what I'm dealing with is I actually have it under agreement, and the thing is it has to go through probate. And so there was actually the county was going to go in and take the property on May 7th due to that there was liens on the property that nobody paid for. And so I actually advised the sellers to go ahead and come out of pocket and pay for the lien. That way we could get through the probate process because I already had the buyer for it and everything.
Okay.
And so what I'm dealing with is my concern is if the probate doesn't go down smoothly as of planned, and then I can't reimburse them with the lien that they've covered out of pocket, is there like a possibility of the probate won't go as a plan? Because I have got some information back with them, and what they've told me is they've actually went through this process before, and what they're saying is that they had an issue due to like one of the brothers of the heirs who passed away before the will was created. And the
Okay.
thing is, he has two a nephew and a niece that they know nothing about, and they can't get in hold of them or get their contact information. And the thing is with probates, they're really like hard on giving you information. They want you to hire a lawyer, so they're not like, I'm trying to like help these people out, and I've even studied on the probate paperwork, and I've walked them through of them filling it out about them having to hire an attorney, because they're like really not wanting to hire anything. They don't even want to like worry about the property. They just want it to basically be foreclosed on. But I said, hey, like Miss Ellis wouldn't want you guys to do that, and that's why I'm here to help you guys and get this thing solved quickly, so you don't have to list it on the market, and the time you guys don't have enough time frame to even do that. And so I'm just trying to do everything in my willpower to help these people out. But my question is for you guys. So if for some reason we can't find the two names, like the brother, I mean the cousins and the nephews, if they can't sign the agreement because nobody has their contact information, will that be a problem?
So let me back up here. What state are you in?
I'm in Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay. Are you familiar with probates for Georgia, the state of Georgia?
So it's gonna be Fulton County.
No, this is actually in Decatur.
Okay.
But no, this is actually a tax delinquent that has to go through a probate. And so no, I've never been familiar with probate, so this is actually my first time like coming
Talking to the
against
right
it.
guy.
Okay. So number
Take
two,
it away.
how much was this lien they had to pay out of pocket?
Yeah, it was $1,595.
Okay, that's like super cheap. Just to let you know, some of them are like really bad. Number three, did the person who passed away, did they die with a will or without?
They passed away with the will.
With a will. So it sounds like you're missing like is there two heirs that you just can't track down? Is that the problem?
No, so I have the agreements from all the three other heirs. I've already got their paperwork notarized, and I've reached out to the court. And what they're saying is the court told me that due to the brother that passed away before the will that was created, that they would have a state-appointed attorney to represent him. And
Correct.
so, but then again, what the seller is telling me is she's saying that basically the mother actually had a power of attorney change the will to add him on the will. And so I'm thinking, and she didn't tell me that information until after I told him to pay for the lien, because I already had all the agreements from who she told me who was the heirs of the and then out of nowhere she mentioned this after I mentioned the pay for the lien and everything.
So you're just going through a learning curve. Number one, most people freak out because they think they have to know everything about probates. You need to know everything about wholesaling. So are you working with a title company locally there?
So I have the buyer in place, but I have a title company that I know that works with investors, but I've never worked with them before. But
Okay.
I contacted them and let them know that what I'm going through. Yes, I've contacted them.
I would, as fast as you can tomorrow when they open, get in your car and go in person and tell them what your situation is. Like, who do you have? Would they be handling the closing if you assign it?
Yes. Yes, sir.
So most of them will guide you through it. Like, honestly, I've gotten 80% of all my probate information from title companies. They usually have a lawyer associated with them, and they'll tell you what you need to do. I'm not completely familiar with all Georgia probate laws, but
We can edit that out, so it's gonna be fine. But that was fun. That was out of 500 lives. You finally get one power outage, which is fun. So
that's crazy.
that's
So, and the first thing I do is go to your title company because you need the problem solved as fast as possible. Number two, how long have you been working with them for?
Yeah, so we've been going on about a month now.
Okay. So, why's that thing?
I got it.
Okay. Spinning. You got to get answers as fast as possible. Number two, I assume there's an attorney. Is there an attorney involved for the family, for the probate?
No, sir. I'm basically the attorney for them, if I want to be honest with you. I helped them out with filling the they basically didn't even want to basically fill out the probate due to them not understanding what it's saying. And so I reached out to somebody who works at the courthouse, and he basically explained it for me and broke down everything. And that's when I called them back and walked them through everything.
Okay. So I can't undo what you've done previous to this conversation. So the idea is to get your deal done. Let me ask you this. What's the potential profit in the deal? And be honest with me on it.
Yeah, so I have the assignment signed for $13,950.
Okay. What's so tell me what the rough value of the property is right now. Is it vacant, or is anybody living in it? Is there a tenant in it?
It's just a piece of land. It's pretty simple. So it's
okay.
a 30-acre lot.
Okay. So I assume you're doing like a per se type of legal for the family, which means basically is
per se.
Per se basically means when people like represent themselves.
Right. Yeah. Well,
remember, you're not a lawyer, so you. In the perfect world, under this is the property has to go through probate to get the judge to sign off of it to transaction on the title. Correct.
Right.
Okay. So what's the biggest problem? I still don't understand the biggest problem with the probate. Who are you trying to track down to get signatures from?
Right. So that's actually what we haven't hit yet. So I'm still what I'm saying is the courthouse told me that he's going to be represented, and what they're telling me is we're going to have to, it's just a confusion that we have to wait until the court hand gets it. But what you're asking me is who else do I need on the probate paperwork, correct? Is that what you're asking?
I don't understand who you're missing.
Yeah, so since the brother passed away, we would need the nieces and nephews that he had, or his children.
Okay. And you have no idea where they are, right?
You're correct. The sellers told me that they haven't contacted them or ever checked up on them ever, and don't even their family members.
Okay. So I would go to the title company and get help as fast as you can. I was assuming it was a house, a piece of land. So, and then the rough value of the land's what, 20 grand, 15 grand? Like how much?
18, 20.
I'm just looking at the transaction cost. So they laid out 1,500. So now they're really expecting to make sure that you come through.
Right.
In the future, when this comes up, I'm just here to tell you, I get people all the time. They go, listen, Rick, I'd love to sell you the property, but it's got to go through probate. I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to spend the money. I don't want to deal with a lawyer. It's like, I just want to deal with it. If I can verify the value in it and the profit potential, I'm going to give you a step further. You can either easily hire an attorney or a paralegal. And then I said, listen, normally it costs me $2,000 or $3,000 to do this. I'll front the money from it, and then I'll allow you guys to reimburse me at closing. But you have to cooperate with any request we make within reason. And I'll gauge their attitude on it. And then most of the time, if I have an attorney, especially a paralegal, if I owe them, say, $1,000, I'll give them like $500 or $600 up front, and I'll give them the balance when it's done. That way I make sure that they have incentive to go along. If I know no one's going to object to a case or I'm not going to have any problems, I have no problem hiring a paralegal. A paralegal are the people who prepare the paperwork for the attorneys anyways. Okay. Aaron, the last thing you want to do is become an attorney because there's a lot of problems that come along with it. There's a lot of laws and stuff that you and me aren't even privy to, and I don't even want to get into them. So for this deal, focus with the title company and work with them and try to navigate it through it. In the future, when it comes up, if they go, hey, I don't want to deal with it, I don't want to do any of that, that's fine. I can front the cost for the legal stuff, and then you guys can pay me on the back end of the deal. Are you taking a risk? Absolutely. But the reward is I recently paid $3,500 to hire a lawyer to do a probate. I made $75,000. Okay. And then I was thinking in the front, I forgot if I could just make 20 grand, I'd be happy with it. The problem is someone still had to pay the legal fee. We were never going to get around to it. Now, you can tell your buyer to put up a $1,500 deposit, but sounds like you already have them under contract for the assignment?
Correct.
How much of a deposit did you get from them?
$2,000 non-refundable after probate has been completed.
Okay, and that's probably with the title company?
Right.
Or who? Okay. Is that money given to you or the title company?
The attorney from the title company.
Okay. So, I mean, if you can get it to go through, you'll be just fine. But like in the future, when you have that, just say, listen, if the number one complaint I get with probates is we don't want to pay the legal fees. And I agree with them. So an average probate before like crazy, all the stuff's happened in the last 2 years, I could get the average probate done for $1,500 to $2,000 with an attorney that just pushes paperwork. With a paralegal, I can get it done for $1,200 to $1,500. I'm assuming a lot of those numbers have probably doubled by now, just to do a gauge when it comes up. But I'm telling you, guys can make a phenomenal amount of money in probate by helping people fund their legal fees. You have to calculate if they're going to cooperate. And I will tell you the biggest risk factor. You ready for it?
Mm-hmm.
How many heirs are associated with the probate? The more heirs you have, the higher your risk is, because people don't want to cooperate. I've done it with as many as 26 heirs. So you got to get to the title company tomorrow, tell them exactly where you are, be brutally honest, and tell them, how can we get this thing to the finish line? Okay? Because outside that, you're going to have to hire an attorney. It's going to be expensive, and they don't like to come in when you've already filed your own paperwork. They hate it with a passion. So you still have a good shot with it. You just got to stay on point and get everything done with it. So and then I hopefully your buyer's a little bit flexible on time. Correct? He knows the actions you're taking on the property.
Yeah, I've updated her yesterday, and she said that's good news. I mean, I don't even know if this is a real buyer. I mean, I've never worked with the buyer, and that's another one of my concerns. Is
did you get a proof of funds from them?
So the thing is, I'm actually JVing with somebody. So somebody else brought me this buyer, and they're basically saying that they don't even ask for proof of funds when they get cash buyers. So
okay, so I'm teaching you guys how to cut the middleman out, so you make sure your deals go through. While you're waiting, I would tell your JV person, if they want to get paid, I need a proof of funds.
He's basically saying that they're just going to copy a picture off the internet, and he said that doesn't really prove that they're even a cash buyer.
Here's how proof of funds works. I call off the piece of paperwork to prove the money's in there. End of story. Like that's, if you so tell them to take a screenshot of their bank account or send you a copy of their most recent bank statement. It's that simple. It's not a lot of money, Aaron. It's like they should be able to do that. If they lie to you, it means this is the drama you're going to have at the end of the transaction. And if that's the case, then you can move on, find your own buyer because you've got plenty of time. But that JV partner has to provide value to you. And if they're going to like make it like, I can't do this, then that's an agreement you got to consider. So if you guys ever do JVs with someone, especially with a new seller, make sure that they have a non-refundable deposit and they've done a proof of funds. If you don't have those two things, you probably don't have a real buyer. I don't want you to be disappointed to get through this entire probate process and find out your buyers can't come through for you.
Yes,
listen, you demand it from your JV partner. The more they talk like, don't worry about it, we're good. Then you're running a hobby. You're not running a business. So you got it. I mean, it's just, guys, I don't want anyone on here to be an attorney. You don't want to do it. Like it can lead to bad things. So in the future, when it comes to this, try to do a paralegal if you don't have to go to court. And if not, get an attorney and tell them you'll pay half up front and half when it's completed. End of story.
Okay. And when you deal with probates, do you always have to come out of pocket to pay for the probate, or most of the probate leads already have the probate process completed and they're just sitting on the property?
So probate is the process of waiting for a judge to sign off to transfer the deed. Okay. Right. For the record, you do not have to wait for a probate to be completed to have it sold. A probate is a case. And in that case are any of the assets the deceased left behind, and they're trusting the personal representative or the executor to disperse those assets correctly. Okay? Most lawyers will try to guide you and say, listen, you got to wait till the probate's over. You don't. If you have a signed executed agreement from the legal party, which is the PR or the executor, then they have the right to sell that asset. Why? Because houses cost money. You got to pay insurance, property taxes, all the stuff that she's doesn't like paying now.
Right.
You want to get it sold as fast as possible to remove the stress from the estate. Okay. These are little things you can learn. If you have an attorney or a paralegal on your side, you can walk through the motions of presenting it to the courts so your client can get what they want. In the end, they want that property sold. keep in mind when that property is sold, they don't actually collect the proceeds until the probate's done, but they're not paying taxes, insurance, and all these ridiculous liens and fees that goes against the property. So, guys, probate seemed like really intimidating. You just got to have people guide it through you, and then you got to weigh what's it going to cost for me to do this, and what's my risk. If the risk is massive, I don't do it. But if I have a high probability, like 80% of making a lot of money, Aaron, I know you spent like $1,000, $2,000 on stuff that you thought brought you a lot of benefit, but it was just like a fancy vacation. If you could bet $2,000 on yourself to make 50 and you had an 80% probability, you would take that bet all day long. So if I had to go back in time, I would have had to done this a little bit differently, but you still got a good profit potential. Go to your title company, get the answers as fast as you can, and just work backwards from there. As far as your cash buyer, go back to your JV partner. If he doesn't want to prove up the cash buyer, tell him to give you the number directly. And if he doesn't prove up to it, I don't know. But you've signed an agreement, so you're kind of stuck. But hopefully you have a refundable deposit somewhere on file.
Yeah, the problem is what I've been told by some other investors is that I could have actually got the earnest money before the probate. That way the buyer's locked in. Because my concern is that the buyer wastes our time, right, and then backs out when the probate is finished, and they went through all that hassle. Okay. But they're legally binded in the contract, but they still have the probate to that time.
So while you're at the title company, take your assignment agreement and have them review it.
Okay.
And just learn. I'm here to tell you guys, it's messy business if you're going to JV with a cash buyer with another wholesaler and you've never done business with them before. Have you done business with that wholesaler before?
No.
Yeah, everybody wants to get paid, but nobody wants to do the work. So start hedging your bets now and figure out worst case scenarios so you don't get caught with your pants down on this one, and you'll be good.
Thank you, Rick.
Have the title company review that. They'll usually pull up the probate, tell you where they're at, see if it matches up, and then have them look at your assignment agreement. And if your JV guy starts, you got to give them a chance because you signed an agreement. You got to honor your word. Mm-hmm. But if they start hemming and hawing, you make the phone call to the cash buyer and put the fear of God at them. Like, hey, if you're not going to come through, it's this date and that time, and go from there. And then go forward. Honestly, when you have probate, just like if you knew you had all this time, you probably would have never entered into an agreement with a JV to find a cash buyer. Because honestly, the cash buyer is the easiest part of this transaction, and your JV guy knows it.
Right, but the thing is, I don't have any softwares to pull any cash buyers, and I've been trying to get buyers through realtors, and that has been a struggle.
Hey,
For rents. We'll call it for rents.
You got a cell phone?
Mm-hmm.
Then you got all the tools you need, dude. Like I honestly,
bro, I see you on Facebook all the time. Do you know how many Atlanta cash buyers there are, dude?
I've reached out to a lot of them, and they're obviously not a big cash buyer. They're basically saying that they don't buy land, that they're not really the ones that I've reached out to. I've spent hours of finding groups and reaching out to cash buyers, and honestly, I think a lot of them are fake robots in an account that wasting people's time. To be honest,
have you cold called the for rents?
No, I have not. That's one thing I have not done. I'll be honest.
That's a cheap piece of property, and especially in a good area. So I think you're underestimating what you can do with it. Like, listen, if a wholesaler brings you a deal, you want to work with them, to me, that's worth it. But like on the cash buyer, especially on one that you need, when you hear probate, they typically take time. I would say, listen, if I can't find a buyer, I will bring you in. So Aaron, it's just a learning curve. That's all. You're going through it. I've been through it 1,000 times. And you're just going through it, and you're going to learn a lot from this transaction on the front side, the assignment, and the back side.
Exactly.
So get with your title company. They should solve a lot of your questions and point you in the right direction with it. If you had huge profit potential, I would beg you to bring a lawyer in this point, but I just don't think it's worth it at this point.
Yeah.
So, and you got to help your sellers out because they got money on the line and they believed in you. So just help them finish it out and you'll do fine. Go to the title company. I'm telling you, they'll give you guidance.
Okay. So does, what you're saying is drive to the title company. Could they already start the process and I send them the paperwork, or should I just wait on?
However you want to do it, call them in the morning, make an appointment with them, send them what you got. And you got to respect their time. And then guys, you got to develop a special relationship with your title companies. They will bail you out of more problems and because lawyers are expensive, talking to a lawyer at $500 an hour, it adds up quick.
I agree.
So I'm all about being proactive with the lawyer, but like when you go to a lawyer, you don't have a relationship, and you go in a reactive situation like this, it's going to cost you a fortune. So you're kind of forced to work with your title company at this point.
I appreciate you guys. Y'all guys have a blessed night. I
You
appreciate
got
y'all.
it. Let us know
Thank
how it
you,
worked
Rick.
out. All right. See you,
Thank
man.
you, Zach.
Later.
Oh, all right. So we are in overtime currently because
We're in
of-
overtime.
So we did have a power outage. First power outage in hundreds and 500 plus lives. Kind of crazy, but
The
I don't really
generator
care.
didn't kick on. Did it?
Whatever. So guys, the way power outages usually work here is it'll cut off for like 1 second, and then the modem has to pop back on. So a power outage would be like 5 minutes. So FYI, we're watching live. If like we just go MIA,
It's real low. It's
we're
live.
coming back in 5 minutes. So
It's
everyone
live.
said Aaron's
Yeah,
got
yeah.
the mic. This is the
Aaron's
Aaron
got the
show
mic.
right now.
Is he on there by himself?
Yeah, he's on there by
Holy
himself.
moly, man. That's funny.
I was
man.
like, what are you saying? What have you been saying? But
That's
I
okay.
appreciate everyone on there. But yeah, that's the only reason why.
So, guys, understand this. We did not get into wholesaling to be lawyers. Do
Dude,
not
Stevie
play
said.
lawyer. Like, do not file people's paperwork for them. I'm just telling you, like, it's not the end of the world he did it, but like, you can create problems
no,
for
I
yourself
don't
that
agree with
didn't
that.
exist. You cannot practice to be a lawyer, just like I don't want any of you to be a realtor. The lawyers are a lot more sticky about that one.
See what Stevie said.
What's that?
Rick spilled over the coffee.
Did I? I didn't.
No, it's a
Yeah,
joke.
it's fine.
It's a
I
joke.
did that. I did that.
I did joke. He's like,
That was about a
Rick-
month ago. That
I
was
know.
bad, dude. Shit, like stuff was like splashing and
SKF.
and
said
Zach
that's-
goes, "You're gonna knock that coffee over one day." I'm like,
Oh, everyone. I say it's a couple ones, but SKF said that's how you know it's live. How do you know if it's live if not? Like honestly, like there's a lot of these fake gurus doing the fake ones. But guys, we like reading the comments. Here's always an issue we've always been saying. Every time it's like we have so many more people following us than last year, and then like even last month, right? It's hard to comment on, watch everyone's comments and answer everyone. It's hard to talk to every single one on. So that means everyone in the backstage, Rick definitely will talk to you one-on-one tomorrow if you want to hop on.
yeah, tomorrow I'll spend a lot more time. So
Go to www.flipwithrick.com/June.
look at Jeremiah with the big smile there. He's like, "You guys are gonna leave my butt."
I
on the
talked to
corner."
Jeremiah yesterday. Oh,
Jeremiah, but he's
gosh.
taking us out. Hey, listen, Jeremiah, hit me up tomorrow.
Yeah,
I
hit him up
guarantee
tomorrow.
you.
We'll
I'll
get
put you on first, okay?
We'll get you on. We'll
So
get you on.
I'll be
So,
on. So like, come on, like by 5:15, and I'll have you
5:30.
ready. Whatever.
We got part 3 tomorrow.
Oh, that's right.
We got part 3. So 5:30 to
I'll get it through.
5:45. We'll be breaking it down, guys. But I really appreciate everyone going through a 5-minute break. So
Hey, Jeremiah.
we took 5 minutes off, but guess what? We put 15 minutes on back on. So that's what we do, guys. So guys, go to www.flipwithrick.com/.
I'll be on
June.
tomorrow. Everybody got left out. You hop on there. I'm making a little note. Everybody on here. I'll take care of you. So
We'll appreciate it, guys. So appreciate it, guys. Make sure you go there, check out freewholesaling.com and Eastern Standard always. And then we'll see you guys soon.